Well, we're taking a little bit of a break away from the where you last were for a nice little Christmas enjoyment. Every time, obviously every year, this same dark time rolls in, the dark, cold winters when the snows blow in, unless you're like living in Boca Raton or somewhere, but in a fantasy setting, everywhere has snows that blow in, and there's always a Santa Claus that's like an orc or a dwarf.
Colin,
Yes.
Christmas lasts for 14 days in Greece, so we have to play 14 Christmas games.
Alright,
Jesus
14
Christ.
Christmas games
Son
it
of a-
is. And you do find yourselves in the Kingdom of Thalassia, obviously the loosely Greekly inspired version. And by that I mean it's more or less loosely than I thought, considering there's the actual Greek gods there. So, that being said, you find yourselves having wandered far up north, just on the border between Thalassia and Tervald, to a small, quaint little town called White Creek. Obviously, it's near the holidays. This world, it's simply called the Yule evening. It's usually a celebration that lasts a week or so, culminating on a day where children tuck themselves into beds and wake up in the early morning to find a small wreath brightly adorned with bits and baubles and presents and things like that. It's at this town you find a tavern that is called the Snowy Nest. Outside is a wooden sign that has been largely covered in snow, but you can just barely make out what looks like a falcon that sits sort of above a twiggy nest. An orc chopping wood greets you, not sorely at all, but whether a beaming smile on his face, saying,
"Oh, strangers, huh? Can't say I see many of your kind coming around White Creek this time of year."
You don't get satyrs this time of year?
Well, we're not exactly much of a touristy town. Mostly just locals. Very little travel this time of year, I'm afraid.
Oh.
But we're happy to welcome you. You'll find a warm fire, good people, and a flaming hot bowl of smoking bishop if you want.
You guys have the Boris tree up?
We do have a tree up, and if you're good little boys and girls, there may be a present under it for you. That's not like a weird fetish thing, I'm just saying.
Like, do you want it to be a weird fetish thing?
I don't know. Where have you been? Let me smell your dick.
I let him smell my dick.
but no, he's just a cordial orc greeting you as he's sitting there chopping the wood. In front of you is a inn or a tavern that is a single story, but it seems to exude warmth with bright orange light sort of coming from the windows. You can hear this quiet sound of chatter from within, every now and then a laugh as you move closer to the door. And you can move now. I've unpaused. Right. Inside is not exactly a it's not a discotheque, you know? It's not exactly the most incredibly bumping thing, but it's sort of it's well filled with what appears to be for the most part happy and sort of patrons that are enjoying their smoking bishop and their sort of roast meats, and there's a large hearty stew and an iron cook pot that sits over the fire. As soon as you walk in, a man behind the bar sort of lifts his glass and says, "Welcome. It's good to see more people coming in. Please, come in, it's cold out there." As Mateus walks in, Abraxas walks in, and they go, hold on. I like sleepy time.
In Greek tradition for Christmas, they make a pie with a coin in it.
Oh,
I've heard of that.
there's a pie here.
Do you get a prize if you break your tooth while eating it?
It's good luck.
They go to hang out at the bar as the man greets them.
They see whichever one can deep throat the most for that prize.
Basically,
They also swim naked in pools of water together during Christmas.
That sounds about right.
you do well. I hear you saying a lot about our Christmas traditions. We do have a pie that is typically served the day of. Of course, this is Yule. The Yule evening. Tomorrow is Yule, but there will be one tomorrow if that's what you want. I'm the owner, by the way. My name is Peregrine Roost. And it's
Hello.
very lovely to meet you. It's been a little while since we've had a satyr around. Your kinds usually don't travel this far up north.
Yeah, I mean, you would think with how much fur we're covered in, we would have still don't like the cold.
Oh, I can't blame you. Even I get tired of the cold. And I don't know what you are. You're like a little cat or something, right?
Actually, I don't know what he is.
You're very adorable, though. And, Kenku, another bit of an odd one.
Wait. Was he talking to me, or was he talking to Ryan, or was he talking to Max?
Ryan and sort of Abraxas and Mateus are kind of out of it, so they have walked down to enjoy the.
I was talking to Max.
Yeah.
So he called
Kind
Max.
of like,
okay.
Called Max
Okay,
like
I
a
was
little
about to say,
cat.
I'm like a bear cat. And I hold
Oh.
up my paws. I got little claws on them.
Wow, those look really good for climbing.
They are very good for climbing.
I
so-
mean, you wouldn't mind.
I say as I walk next to Mallet, and
Huh.
I climb up on the counter.
Oh, wow. Well, you wouldn't mind. Maybe you could help me out a little bit later. I've got some decorations I'd like to put up on the roof, and
I would love to help you decorate.
It's like, I'd love
Perfect.
for you to help me climb this dick.
how about I treat each of you to a nice hot tankard of smoking bishop?
Sure, what is it?
Oh, it's really nice. It's like a warm, spiced drink made with mulled wine.
Oh, fancy.
I'll take some. Why not?
Oh, I hope you like it. It's one I made myself, actually. Well, I mean, obviously I make it myself. It's not like there's a Walmart or a Heathcliff's nearby. But I think you'll enjoy it. It's a family recipe. He has like a large, like almost punch bowl that's filled with it, and it has a small little fire that burns beneath it, keeping it nice and warm. As he ladles you out a large tankard of this very, like, it tastes like Christmas. It's got nice, like, cinnamon and clovey taste. It's warm. You can't help but slightly be filled with that Christmas spirit. As actually, if you I think is he a shopkeeper? You can double click on him.
Mm-hmm.
All right. He sells that, and he also sells Yule crackers as well. They are. You can actually look over and see two patrons have this small. It almost looks like a paper tube, and when they both take one in and pull it apart, it goes, and all of a sudden a little bit of confetti and a small toy falls out as one of them laughs and picks up the toy.
Well, what are those? The Yule crackers?
Oh yeah, they all, they're not anything special, but they've got a nice little prize in them, and they're just a good time for the most part.
I'll take one.
Sure. He sells one. It's a silver, so.
Okay. Let me bring up my D&D Beyond sheet. I'll take that.
I would say, can you buy it out of his inventory?
Let's see.
I always wonder if you could.
Boop. Quantity. purchase.
Yeah, I just saw it disappear. One disappear, so you can buy it out of his inventory, and it should go to your, obviously not your Beyond sheet, but it goes to your in-game sheet, possibly. I don't know. Honestly, I've never had anyone buy anything from the shop before.
I did it the other day.
I have 1 Electrum.
Oh shit.
Yo!
Huh. Bro, I'm rich.
We eating, yeah, we living large. Let's go.
When you whenever you crack a Yule
No, it
cracker.
says, I think this has it platinum, gold, Electrum, silver, copper.
Oh,
So
okay, yeah, okay, yeah. I
So
bet
it-
that's what it is.
Yeah, so I have 3 gold, 1 Electrum, 3 silver, 9 copper.
Yeah, I bet Electrum is the like a middle one. That might be 5 silver pieces. I don't know.
I can't see anyone's inventory when I click on them.
I mean, the only one, yeah, the only one you should probably be able to see is yours and the shopkeepers.
I know who's the shopkeeper though.
It's this guy right here, Peregrine Roost.
Oh, okay. I was clicking on man cut in the side.
Oh yeah. That it's based off his that's what I named
Oh,
the
okay.
generic sheet, basically.
Okay, that makes sense. Okay, that's fine.
I got an 82 on my pop thing.
Ooh.
Okay. Is it? Sorry, you go ahead.
You turn to Rulao and offer up the other end, with the Peregrine saying, "You can crack it yourself, but it's a lot more fun to do it with someone else."
I crack it with him.
As you each grab it and it pops open, and there's a little burst of confetti that goes out, and a small, what appears to be, it almost looks like a small wooden toothpick. As Peregrine looks over, oh, that's a tooth pick that when you use it, it'll freshen your breath. It's good for a day or two usually.
Oh, fancy. Thank you. So that's pretty neat.
It's just fun little things like that, you know, nothing incredible.
I'll keep that for maybe after the meal tomorrow.
Oh, well, you'll definitely want a handy. You never can tell when you're gonna have to walk beneath the mistletoe, you know?
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Ah,
Let's see.
as you look and you turn around, everyone give me an insight check.
$19.
Insight check.
Especially considering I have a 0.
I got an 8. Real quick though,
Alright,
Colin,
yeah.
why are some NPC like dudes red when I hover over them, and then like some are yellow and some are blue?
Those are the ones that are hostile.
Those are the ones that are hostile. That just means it means whenever I drag in an NPC, its natural state is hostile. I have to switch it over. So if it's
gotcha,
red, it just
okay.
means I didn't go into the token and switch it to friendly. And yeah,
Yellow means neutral, I guess.
some of them
Okay.
I have gone in and changed. I think actually about half of them. But
yeah,
they're-
I just didn't know because I was trying to click on people to see if they did anything. but I
No,
never did.
these are all just actors. I tried to find. They had a module back in the day called Patrol that would let NPCs move. I was like, I'm gonna have the waiter come down down there. But unfortunately, it's outdated. But the point is, Rulao, as you stand and you kind of lean up against the bar with Mallet, enjoying your smoking bishop, as you can see. Well, there is a general air of happiness. There's a couple of people that seem a little bit tense, on edge, lines of worrying on their face. Up here, you can see what appears to be a man and a woman, both probably young to mid-20s. She sits at a table and she appears to be working with some sort of small bits of in pieces of like gears and metal as he kind of stands next to her looking over it. They're quietly whispering to each other in sort of a little bit of a hurried and rushed way. Just very quiet. You can't make out exactly what's going on. Obviously, they're a little bit of a distance away. But you can see every now and then they sort of glance at each other, looks of annoyance on their face, although you're not sure if they're annoyed with each other or what the task at hand. Down here, there appears to be two rather jovial-looking people with several tankards in front of them, each of them appearing to try to best each other in a drinking contest. Every now and then, one of them takes a deep gulp of the beer and slams it down and says, "I've got you beat this time." And then another drink soon follows. This man right here appears to be a young boy no older than 10, a little bit downtrodden. He's stuck peeling potatoes. You can see every now and then Peregrine casts an eye over to him to make sure he's not dallying on his task. He says, "Once you're done with the potatoes, getting things ready for the meal, you can go out and play, son." Other than
How many
that,
potatoes do you have left?
he's got at least a couple dozen.
I want to help him with the potatoes.
Alright, that's something you can do. Meanwhile, this tiefling gentleman, he has an air of just cold indifference, a sort of dour, hunched form over the table as he stares down into a glass of smoking bishop that's long since gone cold.
Poor. Oh, damn. He's not doing too hot. Is he the guy on the other side of the table with the potatoes, right?
The tiefling's up here. This is the potato guy. Up here is the couple that was sort of arguing, and down here is the drinking contest.
All right. I go help
a series
I'll
of
help you with their taters.
a series of vignettes, I guess you could say.
Now is the time for festivities, not for taters. I'm gonna help this kid with the taters so he can do stuff.
That's what I was trying to tell my dad, but he said everything's gotta be ready tomorrow and everybody has to pitch in. Of course, it doesn't help that I had all day yesterday to do it, but I put it off. But that's besides the point. I should be out playing. My friends are outside with playing a snowball fight. You said you'll help?
Yes, I will help you with these taters, son.
Okay. Well, we can make it fun. Why don't we race?
No need for that. We can just do the taters. We can do the potatoes.
All right, boring bear man.
But he happily says, "Of course,
As long as it gets done fast."
as he
That we can do.
hands you a small knife, and he like moves the potato pan over, or the small pail over between you. As go ahead and give me a sleight of hand check.
Yay! I got a 15.
He dallies. He doesn't move very quickly at all. But he rolled.
Oh, he rolled a nat 1.
He rolled a 1. Every now and then he fumbles a potato, and he drops one on the ground and says, "Darn it!" As he picks it up and looks around, kind of blows it off and wipes it off on his shirt, puts it down in the pail. As you start working away, going through it, would anybody else like to do anything?
Colin, I want to know why this one NPC in front of Max looks different than all the rest of them.
The what?
The one NPC in front of Max. This one.
Yeah.
Why does she look different? Like her textures are different.
That's because that's made using Hero Forge, and these are other actual tokens. You'll see, it's
Okay.
technically he is as well, and so is the Tiefling. Actually, they're top-down Hero Forge people.
Oh, so they're actual miniatures?
Yes, they're actual miniatures made in Hero Forge. Just turn top down so they have a top down view.
So if we make it, could we import it like that, or can only you do that?
I mean, if you send me the picture, I can import it.
Okay, that's kind of cool.
That is pretty neat. Granted, there's no fucking red panda folk in there.
So the top was an arguing couple then, and then the bottom was like a people having like a drinking contest.
It's a drinking
type
contest in this large common room near the tree. There's a people arguing, sort of having a little bit of a heated discussion, looking at all these little bits and pieces of metal that are sort of spread out on the table. And then there's this one tiefling that was sort of dour, did not seem like in a very good mood, has let his smoking bishop grow cold.
I'm gonna purchase another smoking bishop. We'll purchase one, and then I'm gonna take it over to that dude.
Alright. Or Peregrine happily fills another tankard and hands it to you. The tankard is warm in your hands as you sort of head over to talk to the tiefling.
Yep. I'll wander over here.
Alright.
And I'm gonna put it down in front of me. Here you go, buddy. Yours seems to have grown a little cold.
As you grow close, you can hear the quiet strums on the strings of the band. He appears, the bard sitting in front of the fire, not currently performing. It almost seems like he's trying to psych himself up to play as he sort of mutters a couple of lines and plucks a few strings. You sit down across from the tiefling, who sort of looks over at you with one eyebrow raised, and he says, "I'm not handing out any money this year."
I wasn't looking for any money. I just noticed your drink was probably cold, so I figured I'd get you another one.
You have, got my thanks.
You're welcome.
And he sort of sits next to him. He doesn't drink, he just sits down and he sits kind of looking down at both the drinks.
What do you mean by you're not giving out any money this year? Is that something you would normally have been doing?
I used to be a fairly charitable man. Fortunately, times have gotten hard. And after I lost my wife, well, I guess you could say I wasn't exactly in the giving spirit. Of course, it doesn't stop people from coming up to me and asking for whatnots. All sorts of coin, food.
Oh, it happens.
Just another waste of a day as far as I'm concerned. The Yule. Ha! As if good cheer ever stopped tragedy.
Doesn't stop tragedy, but it keeps people's mind off it.
Huh. Well,
Just for a day.
hard to keep your mind off it whenever you walk home and see it every day. You know, I still go look at her side of the bed.
I can imagine. Yeah.
It's just
Hard to forget somebody.
Hard to. I wish I could run into something to get my mind off of it, but hard these days. I'm not a young man anymore. Sometimes I wish I had that youthful joy and vigor, but I'm aging. All I have is my own thoughts and the silence. Nevertheless, I thank you for the drink.
No problem.
As he takes a sip. Perry always did make a good smoking bishop. But
Nice that I stumbled in here. It's quite good.
I do thank you, but I do apologize if I don't come across as having much cheer.
It's alright. You never know. Cheer finds you at the weirdest times.
Perhaps it will. Perhaps it will. From this close, you can see that now closer to the arguing couple, you can see they're less arguing with each other, but more arguing over the assembly of a small clockwork toy. As you can see, a woman tries to push a spring into place, and all of a sudden it goes flying into the air. As the man catches, he says, "That's not how it's supposed to go. It's supposed to go. The gears go in first, then you put the springs in." "No, Arthur, that is not how it goes in. You put the gears in first, then you put the spring in."
Alright, I guess I should have gone over there.
I can hear that from where I am, right?
Yes. We're never gonna get it done before the Yule.
I look at Rulau, like I like wave at him.
Potatoes I got, Colin.
With a pretty good sleight of hand check, you get through most of them, and then you notice, or a good portion of them, probably a little more than half, and then you see the kid is kind of dallying a little bit. He's almost like he's actually slowed down and sort of watching you do it. That sort of, obviously, a little bit of youthful precociousness as he's seeing someone do the work for him. He's like, "All right, yeah."
I look over at him. I said, "I'd help you finish these, not do it for you. Keep up the pace, kid." And then I pat him on the back, and then I'm kind of like, I walk over to Mallet.
He sighs, but he says, "Thanks, though."
I look at Rulau and I just kind of like point over to the couples, like, you should probably help them.
That's the couple. Is it
It's these two.
Yeah.
Yes.
these two?
That their problem is much more your speed.
You can
I'll
see.
be right back. I need to go to the bathroom.
The man and the woman, like I said, they're maybe their early 20s, maybe mid 20s. They're doting over what appears to be a small, like, clockwork dog. Except it's clearly in several pieces.
What's his? Has Xenon had his little thing yet? Has he done something?
I mean,
There's
I'm probably just at the bar just drinking.
Oh, okay. I don't know
It's
if
good.
you wanted to do little things, because I already did the potatoes, and then Nick did his.
Are you staying at the bar drinking?
I would go to I'll do the drinking contest then.
Yeah, as you sort of stand there, look around, actually, the drunks almost catch your eyes. One of them raises a glass. "You know, it's bad luck to drink alone, right, friend? Why don't you come join us?"
That's a very compelling argument.
I mean, no, he's not wrong.
"We got plenty of seats and plenty of wine. Plenty of beer. And you look like an interesting sort with lots of stories to tell."
That I am.
As
Glad you noticed.
you walk over and join them, one of them actually slides a drink over to you. And both of them clearly, it would not likely be a worthy drinking contest because these two are clearly smashed already. That being said, you get the feeling you could theoretically goad them into drinking a little bit more, as both of them seem a little bit overfilled on a bit of mixture and of alcohol and bravado. They seem quite a bit interested in you, however, as they say, "I'll tell you what.
What?
I am really drunk, but
I can tell.
how about a storytelling contest?"
Shit, Rick, this
No.
was rally.
Okay. What do you want to know?
"What's the best feat you ever did?" And the man says, and the woman sort of nods her head, "Yeah, the best thing you ever did."
Oh, that's a little overtold at this point, but I've been to the underworld.
The underworld?
Yep.
Oh my god, what was it like?
I mean, cold.
He looks out the window with the snow pouring out. "Colder than here?"
Yeah. No, I mean, it's a different kind of cold. It's like a perpetual cold that's around you at all points. It's like the coldness of a grave.
I always imagined that Hades would be warmer at this time of year because Persephone's down there.
Yeah, but it's like an unalienable cold. It doesn't matter what you do.
Wow. That's cool. But how do I know you're not bullshitting?
I show him the emblem from Hades.
Hot. Damn, son. I believe it.
Plus 5 of himself. Yeah.
I'm back.
Roll a performance check.
One second, I gotta grab my dice. Oh wait, well, I need to open the thingy. That's what I need to do. Never mind, it doesn't work again. I got a 12.
Okay. You do if you feel like you fail to do it justice, even though you do a good job telling it, but it's such a big tale that you can't even imagine really doing it justice, since it's so out there and strange, and yet they do hang on every word as you tell of your journey into the Underdark to reunite Orpheus with his lost love Eurydice, and the deal that you worked out that culminated with you pledging 10 years of your service to the Dark Lord of the Sith, Hades. That is pretty good, but
Thank you.
Vilda's got another really good story, right, Vilda? As she nods her head vigorously. Yeah. Okay. This happened 10 years ago. I was a young lass no older than 14. In the burgeoning of my youth, and it was a Yule night just like tonight. And I heard tapping on my window. And you know what I saw?
What'd you see?
I saw him. The Yule lad window peeper. He was there.
Did he peep on you?
Well, that's what he does. He peeps through windows. You've got, obviously, window peeper looks through the windows. A sausage stealer steals your sausages. Spoon licker licks your spoons. That's what they do.
Oh, I know this tradition, Colin. I love the fact that you brought this in here.
That's what they do. And of course, that's, when they're being nice. For the most part, they're mischievous. If you've been bad, then they snatch you away. And they take you off to the great ogress Gilda. Lives in the nearby mountains, they say. I've never seen her. There's been hunters that said they have. You can even ask the bard. He knows a story or two, although if there's ever put some music on, as she sort of yells to the bard, he's real shy. He's very new at this. I need more smoking bishop. I need more smoking bishop.
Bartender, a round of smoking bishop on me, please.
Right away. As he grabs some smoking bishops, he hands it to the you can see he ladles out several large cups. As he sees you stand there, he kind of smiles and he tops off one extra high for you. A couple of smaller ones for the already significantly inebriated ones. As they take a waiter sort of takes him over and sets him down in front of you, and she takes in. I'm sorry, all this talking makes me thirsty. Well, I mean, like I said, what would you like to know?
Weren't you telling me about the peeping?
Oh, yes. The Yule lads. Well, like I said, Grilla lives up in the mountains nearby, and she has her Yule lads that come down, and they go and they do mischievous things for, you know, kids that haven't been behaving themselves. But the ones that have been really bad, really bad, as the bartender says, that's right, really bad, like not doing your chores and peeling the potatoes. As you can see, the boy sort of hunkers back down and starts peeling faster. They drag him away, and she puts him in her sack and drags him to her cave and turns them into Yule lads. It honestly can be a little bit of a problem because the hunters, they're scared to go up to the mountains. Sometimes we do need game, and there are at least some hares and snowshoe hares, and there's knucklehead trouts in the streams that you can ice fish from, but it's... Some people say it's a legend, but I saw him. Every night they come tonight, on the night of Yule Eve. Joke's on you, this is actually an Edward Scissorhands game.
Awesome. Okay, so what you're saying is that some little tiny peeping toms come down from this lady's shed, and they peep on you while you're sleeping during the Yuletide.
Well, the window peeper does. Like I said, sausage stealers steal sausages, pot licker licks pots. You know?
It just licks the pot?
Yeah, he goes to your leftover pots and he licks them and he gets his spit all over them. You don't even want to know.
Why do they do these things, though?
Because they're a mischievous sort, for the most part. Like I said, a lot of times they're harmless, but if you've been...
to what end? Why do they do it?
I think they enjoy it.
You're not really answering my question. Why, lady?
Well, Grillum sends them down here to do it.
And that's the only reason.
I can't speak to her reasoning. I've never actually met her myself.
That's fair.
I think, like I said, she's hoping there's a really naughty boy every year she can snatch away and drag back to her cave. I have heard of a boy going missing 15 or so years ago. Of course, that could just be a lie.
What does that mean?
Being snatched and dragged away?
Yeah, no. What do you think you do to be naughty?
Oh. Don't do your chores. Vandalism. Stealing. Not minding your mother is one they really drive home for some reason. Making sure the wood is properly stacked was one that my mom always told me. Sometime my dad said if I didn't grab him a tankard of beer from the tavern and bring it to him, that the Yule lads would come get me at Yuletide. You immediately get the feeling it's a little bit... There's a lot of, obviously, trying to goad children into minding themselves and doing things for their parents at the warning of, you know, if you don't do it, those Yule lads are gonna come get ya. And then they're like, oh, okay, and then they run off. It's a bit like the Krampus, or any sort of, or even like receiving a coal in your stocking, a warning against being naughty. Don't do it, the Yule lads will get ya. Why, you don't have a Yule lad where you come from?
No.
Oh.
But Sayers are very naughty, so they might just avoid that place in general.
Oh. That's rough. You're gonna have to want to keep your head down. The Yule lads might come for you.
I mean, yeah, that sounds like a good idea.
especially this time of year, it's always good to be good, you know?
Yeah, I try to be good.
Boy. You gotta watch out for those Yule lads, though. You know, Stubby will steal your pants.
I
Right
don't
out
wear
of your
pants.
fucking drawer.
I
Oh,
don't wear pants.
don't you get cold?
No, I have fur.
Oh. I mean, I have fur, too.
Oh, do you?
You know it. And she sort of slowly slumps down, and
She's gonna show you once she wakes up from being so piss drunk.
as in her drunken form, she just sort of slowly slumps down on the table and says, think it's time for a nap. I'm just resting my eyes until the next round." She sort of lays her head down. No, don't steal my candles. She falls asleep, talking about the Yule lads. But you get a couple. Stubby, who steals pants, spoon licker licking spoons, pot licker licking pots, sausage swiper stealing sausages, and the candle stealer who steals candles.
What about door slammer who like just slam doors?
You,
Candle Jack.
Middle of the night.
yeah, Candle Jack,
I thought you said anal jack.
Anal Jack.
That's what I heard too.
No, Candle Jack from fucking Freakazoid.
Yeah, what about Candle Cove? But you have a nice story. You are able to. She is out. The other guy sort of shakes his head. I've never seen a Yule lad myself, but that is the legend around here. You, however, told a very interesting tale. You're, like you said, you're not from around here, but like she said, it's good to be good at Christmas. So, what is your name?
She's still talking to me, right?
The man is. The woman is passed out.
Okay. My name is Xenon Katapodis.
Well, I don't know how to spell the last name, but Xenon, I will guarantee that you have a nice present sitting under the tree tomorrow.
Thank you.
Thank you for such an interesting tale.
It was nothing, really.
He says, and, of course, another round of smoking bishop for me and my friend, as he waves for the bartender. Once again, another round of smoking bishop is sent to you. He downs it rather quickly, and the nice mulled, or sweet spiced wine, sits in front of you in a small ceramic crockery sort of, cup. Rulao.
Be right back again.
You see that this younger, what appear to be couple, are fidgeting and working with a clockwork toy, one that looks like a dog, or you can kind of assume it's a dog because it is in a lot of pieces. You can make out like the head, sort of the legs. It has actually a fairly complex design. It was likely moderately expensive, and they sort of tinker with it, trying to fit gears into place as the man says, "Look, Sarah, just read the directions. There aren't any directions. It's like fucking 1492." As they continue fidgeting with it.
I kind of like rest my chin up on the table. I'm like, and I'm like, oh, hey. So like that goes there, that goes there, that goes there.
Oh, hold on. The man turns to you. Are you saying that you actually know what this stuff is?
Yes. As I motion to my tool belt that I have my many tinkerer's tools upon.
Thank all the gods. We're a little bit lost, I'm afraid. We got this toy for our son, and well, it came put together, but unfortunately I dropped it, and could you help us? We'd love to give it to him tomorrow, but at this rate it might be next year before we get the damn thing back together.
Oh, can do.
Give me a, you've got, what, tinkering tools?
Yes.
Give me a tinkering tools check. Give me a,
Is that
this one is gonna be a
relative to
dex,
proficiency?
it can be a, this one's gonna be more of a dexterity one. You're not really trying to figure stuff out, you're trying to fit pieces together.
Dexterity proficiency then?
Yes.
Okay.
What do we got?
I roll a 10. So that's a 15. After not initiative, fucking proficiency, and my dex bonus is 15.
It's a surprisingly complex little toy. It's, large amounts of articulation. It looks like there's even a tiny little, as far as you can tell, it almost looks like a little bell that sits in its throat that makes a quiet yipping sound every now and then, as it looks like there's a small hammer that, as it walks around and the gears whir, it sort of winds up a hammer that after a little while it brings the hammer down on the bell and goes ding! That kind of sound. It's got like a little bark, it's got little articulations, it bounces around, it almost looks like a little Scottish terrier.
It's a neat little toy.
Thank you, I hope our son will enjoy it. You managed to get it together. It's not the most complex things you've ever seen. It's complex for a toy, but after dealing with actual tinkering problems and things like that, you're actually
I'm wearing a literal set of Iron Man armor.
You're pretty well able to throw it together in the work of maybe 15 minutes or so. There's nothing to fabricate or anything. And after about 15 minutes, you wind it, you sort of set it down, and there's a little clockwork key that you're able to wind it up, and there's a moment, and then it shudders, and it jumps forward, jumps forward, jumps forward, jumps forward, jumps forward, jumps forward. As you can see, it's a fun little toy, one that a young child will likely enjoy a lot. As the man turns and says, "You have absolutely saved our hide. We were worried we were gonna have to tell the boy that the Yule lads had taken his toys because he'd been a bad boy. It'd feel bad, but
The Yule lads only take weird things like sausages, meat, and spoons.
they do, and slam doors, and eat skyr.
And candles.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know what they need those candles for, living up in the dark hills above.
Well, probably because it's dark.
You raise a good point. Strange Catman. What is your name, friend?
Rulau.
Well, Rulau, I am Arthur. This is my lovely wife, Sarah.
Pleasure to meet you both as I shake their hands.
They shake it gratefully, and as you do so, you see, you hear a voice from behind the bartender. Peregrine says, "Oi, you wanted to hang some decorations, right?"
Sure.
All right. I've had an assistant, sort of, my assistant gather them, and they're out front, friend. He'll be able to help you.
Sure, head out front.
The orc that was chopping the wood is standing there next to what appears to be a string of fairy lights. It looks like they're small orbs that have had enchanted spaghetti put in them. It glows.
Glow in the dark spaghetti.
Glow in the dark spaghetti. They're small crystalline orbs that have lights of varying cover. What appears to be almost similar to like a ever-burning torch and that sort of thing, or a fairy fire that's small light contained in each one. As he hands it to you and says,
We don't gotta do anything fancy like that. Certainly not anything weird like spelling out words. We just put them along the edge, but it's slippery up there, so you're gonna want to be careful.
Okay. Colin, could I do it? What is this? What is this place made of? It looks like stone.
it's
but
made
are
out
the
of
walls
stone.
also
The walls are made out of stone, but they are extremely slick, so it's not as easy as just to climb. You do have to make a check for it.
Damn.
And the roof is
like-
also covered in snow.
Yeah, that sounds fun. Okay. Do you have any like snow gear that I could use?
You could run down to the cobbler and get some hobnail boots. He's got a pretty sizable bar tab. Told him we'd be willing to pay a little bit of it off. I'm sure he'd give them to you.
That'll probably be okay. We'll get these up. Just stand under. That way, if I fall, you can catch me.
It
I'm not very big.
shouldn't be much of a problem. I imagine you can't weigh more than 20, 30 pounds?
Something like that.
Even with all that
just for
armor on.
Just for reference, I'm like kind of like halfling size.
Yeah, but you're not fat like a halfling.
No.
That's because you're taught with muscles. Alright, he hands you one end of the string and says,
I'll stay down here and make sure that, well, I should be able to get my hands on you at the very least if you fall.
Thank you.
Of course.
As you go ahead and make an athletics check to climb up.
Ooh. That's a -1. We're gonna hope that goes okay. Alright, not too bad. Not probably not gonna make me up there, but not terrible.
It's not a graceful ascent. Like I said, you are naturally very good at climbing with your claws. But it's not an easy climb. Luckily, it's not a long climb either. It's only a single story rising up 10, 11 feet, so you do manage to scramble up. You hang from the edge a little bit, sort of almost flailing your feet in place. They're like scrabbling up against the side of the building, slipping on snow and ice. As the orc says,
Oh, hold on just a second, lad.
as he runs over to the wood pile, he grabs a piece of wood and he like holds it up underneath your feet, so you're able to kick up off it onto it.
There you go.
That's smart thinking.
Thank you.
The man watches as you're able to begin stringing the lights along. It's not very hard once you're up there. You do slip and slide every now and then, but it's not a lot of lights that you have to run across as you go around. While you're up there, roll a perception check for me.
Much better at that. Never mind.
Well, you can't always win.
Yeah.
You fall face first in the snow. All you see is white. What's happening?
Fucking Santa Claus passes over the moon. Ho ho ho! And I'm like, what the fuck was that?
Hades is up there with you. What? You don't remember me? You string of lights around. You return. Don't really see anything of interest except it is starting to grow dark, getting a bit late. You can see people are. The town is small, no more than probably 100, 200 residents or so, largely in a sort of collection of houses all around this kind of town center. People are heading back to their homes from places of business. And as you sort of climb down, the orc is able to help you down. You're able to sort of look up and admire your work. It is pleasantly festive, in a way. light, these sort of multicolored lights kind of shine across the eaves of the roof, and the orc nods his head. It's pretty good, especially for someone that's never put up lights before, as far as I can tell. Why don't you head inside and get warm?
Yay! I get one.
You walk back inside, and the it looks like this. Like at this point, the lowly bard takes a couple deep breaths. It looks like he's ready to kind of tell his tale. As everybody kind of gathers around, mostly out of politeness. It doesn't look like anyone's expecting anything spectacular off of him, as this young lad of no more than maybe 16, 17, 18, with a shock of messy black hair and an old, water-damaged lute, kind of begins plucking across the strings as he tells a tale. His voice nervously rising above the quiet chatter thing. Gather ye round, and I will tell the tale of Grilla and the Yule lads. Every year, when the night is longest and the days are coldest, the good peoples come together in unity and hope and joy. But with every light comes a darkness. Grilla, the mother of the Yule lads who lives in the very mountains above this town, a terrible she-giantess. Every year, her Yule lads come down on this very night. They make great mischief. Some steal from us, such as Sausage Swiper, Skier Gobbler, and Candle Stealers. Some just cause general mayhem, like Door Slammer, and Stubby, and Doorway Sniffer. But the legends...
Doorway Sniffer.
Yes. He's got a big old nose and a big sense of smell.
And he uses that to find something. I can't remember what it was. I watched the video just like
Find some coochie.
something.
He's out there. He's out there eating ass. He smells that. He sniffs down ass and eats it. But the tales say that if you're a good person and have been a joy all year round, then you will receive no mischief. And Grilla will pass on her way back to her cave in the mountains above, and she will leave you be until the next year, when the Yule lads may strike again. What's that? He dramatically turns towards the window. I thought I saw Window Peeper out there. As everybody just kind of looks at him.
I clap.
All
Like,
right.
I actually legitimately clap
He's
for
clap.
him.
Like I said, he's clearly, like I said, at
I give him a
16,
clap, too.
17, 18, he's a very young bard. And a very young rural bard from a small town, telling a local tale. He doesn't do an incredible job. There's clearly an awkwardness to him, but he does tell the tale well enough. It's across this local legend. It's one that you haven't... I mean, that's one that you obviously... is not from where you come from. Interesting nonetheless, as there's a couple people... Alright, kid, not bad, not bad. Got a little bit of work to do, but you've made a lot of progress. This time you actually were able to talk to everyone. How about a smoking bishop, son? I think you're old enough. As he excitedly says, I've never been given smoking bishop before. Everybody told me I was too young. He'll probably get drunk off of one, but he enjoys it nonetheless. Go ahead and... Alright. As I said, the sun was already starting to set whenever you were up on the roof, and as the tale finishes up, you can see it's fully darkness. Well into the day, the nights come early. Gonna walks the door, closes it. Hey, what are you, raising a barn? Gonna let the cold air in. As you are listening, as he's done, he, after that, he plays a song. He's a little bit more talented as a musician than a storyteller, as far as you can tell. He does a pretty good song. That wasn't for the townsfolk bartender, but it was a 16 performance. Not bad. As his fingers go across the lute, unfortunately the lute's a little bit out of tune. His voice is a little bit sharp, but that's something that can be worked on. You pass the night in rather pleasant company, enjoying what appear to be mincemeat pies filled with a nice kind of sweet fruit-filling smoking bishop, and finally, pièce de résistance. There is a large, like, roasted, there's like a spit of roasted meat. It looks like it was probably maybe like a leg on a deer that has been skewered and roasted all day. As he sits down and he just hands each of you a plate with it. He says, "It's on the house. It's on the house, lads. It's Yuletide after all." As you're able to eat.
He's just trying to earn that present.
I actually, while I'm eating, I like walk around with my plate and I inspect the building to see if there's anything that he could work on or anything that looks like he is damaged and he may have not noticed.
Roll an the standard tool check. The mason's tools, sort of intelligence.
Let me see if I can do that from this.
Yeah, that's a little bit of a weird one.
Yeah. So, because I don't know what Mason's tools rolls with.
Well, it's just proficiency if you're proficient. So it'd be intelligence plus proficiency.
So, that. Right? Just
Yeah.
a intelligence ability check.
If you're if you're proficient with it, and
Yep.
Yep. It's a well-built little establishment. Something about it's something you've always noticed a lot more farther up north, where the buildings are generally built much sturdier due to the things like the cold. You've always noticed a little bit farther to the south, it's not that they're built badly, but they're a little bit more lax on things like insulation and even to an extent sort of how watertight things are. But you do notice that the windows need to be reglazed. It is in the grand scheme of things, rather minor, but something that he might want to address. For the most part, the only real weakness is the windows. The seals need to be better insulated. They're probably letting in a little bit, or they're letting out more heat than they should be.
When he's like done getting and gets kind of settled back at the bar, I go and I let him know.
All right. After he sort of returns back behind the bar, you go to him and say, "Peregrine, this is a problem you might want to address." He's like, "Oh, I've actually been putting that off now that you say it, but you are absolutely right. Although I didn't know about the window glazing. That's a good idea, actually. Thank you."
It's all right.
And
You're welcome.
you didn't. Other than that, you didn't notice anything else. He says, Where are you boys staying for the night exactly?
I haven't exactly worked that out.
Here, maybe.
Well, we're not exactly a inn, but we can find you some blankets and a couple of pillows and things like that. It's warm, it's dry, and there's food in the morning. You're welcome to stay here. It might not be the most comfortable of stays you have it, but suffice for sure. And you certainly don't want to be outside in the cold tonight. It looks like it's gonna be quite a storm.
I would appreciate that.
Of course. I will have my men bring blankets in.
Thank you.
The orc walks in.
Looks to be a hell of a storm tonight.
As he goes and he has a thing of bishop. There's a couple of carols sung and then people start drifting out. The man takes, the man once again, who was so dour, thanks you, nods his head, leaves. Seems to be at least in slightly better spirits though.
I tell him to have a nice evening.
You as well. As he
Thank you.
leaves. The boy eventually finishes up this guy leaves. Everybody kind of heads home, back to their homes. The young bard, the couple trying to fix the toys all head out. Soon as just the staff, bartenders, and the young boy. Mateus and Abraxas are like behind the counter making out.
Hell yeah.
It's getting hot and cold in here. Unfortunately, since Abraxas is made out of metal and it's so cold, Mateus' tongue gets stuck to his taint.
Mm.
You hate to see it happen. So we're just gonna...
Nah, that's my fetish.
We're just gonna get rid of them.
Specifically, a man's tongue getting frozen to a suit of armor's taint that happens to be a sentient suit of armor.
The orc...
It's a very unique fetish.
The orc brings in a bunch of extra wood and sets it next to the fire as he, Peregrine, as they're like heading out, sort of to their small abode that's sort of next to it. He says, we're just across the way in our home. Brought in some extra wood. Feel free to keep the fire rising high and stoked. There's blankets on the table, and I'll see you in the morning, bright and early.
Well, thank you.
Right, as he, son, bartenders all head home. You're left with a burning fire. He's nice enough to entrust you not to steal all his shit.
Huh.
Which, there's not a lot of shit to steal. It's a small, very rural kind of tavern. But you gather your blankets, your pillows, and you're able to. You don't have to sleep on the floor. You're fine. You sort of are able to climb on the tables, and it's not, like I said, it's not the most comfortable. But you're up off the ground. No. Despite the unfamiliar surroundings, there's a nice, perhaps the smoking bishop in you. Perhaps it's the Yule decorations around you, but it's got a very kind of pleasant Christmassy feeling in the air as you begin dozing off. Who wants to choose a table to sleep on?
I will.
I'm gonna sleep under whatever table that Mallet is sleeping on.
I'm not sleeping on a table. I'm gonna sleep at the chair that I was sat in. So I'm just gonna sit on the chair and go to sleep.
Nick's gonna fill a basin with water and then just sit in it.
I'm sleeping by the fire.
I push Rulao into the fire.
No!
Rulao,
I'm in metal, it hurts.
That's okay. Your fur catches on fire and you're just bald.
Wait, so the reason you don't want to get pushed in the fire is because you're wearing metal and that will hurt.
Yeah, why else would you not want to be pushed in the fire?
Opposed to just fire in general, which will hurt.
Why does it matter, Rick? Why does
hey,
it matter why?
If fire makes you feel better when it's cold, it can't hurt you. Science. Alright, you each pick somewhere to sleep. If Rulau, you said you'd be over here with him. I just need to know where your places are.
I'll just sleep at the table I'm at.
Maybe sleep on the table. You're in that general area. Roll a perception check for me. Everybody.
I got high, Colin. I got 19.
That's pretty good.
Hey, I rolled another 1!
Get out.
That's really unlikely to do that 2 times on the same check.
How'd Mallet do?
I got a 17.
That's pretty good. You got 2 perceptive boys. As you sort of doze off, and you don't know what time it happens, but you almost hear a sound. Well, that's probably not the right sounds, but the sound of poking on glass. Mallet and Xenon, you hear it. Your sort of eyes kind of dart open.
I guess I look at this window.
You sort of move to the window and see a vast, snowy landscape.
I throw open the shutter to see what was the matter.
It's the Suchuk ladder.
Oh, the Suchuk ladder. I've heard Suchuk ladders are dangerous.
You look around. No,
And there arose such a ladder.
Yeah, there arose Suchuk ladder. God damn it, Santa Claus. You don't hear anything beyond that. You look across the pristine white landscape. Like I said, he was right. There is indeed a snowstorm or the orc was right. A snowstorm had brewed, and there's a nice pristine sort of layer of snow across the landscape. But it's a sort of dark town. You do see a couple of windows have lights on, but you see nothing. You hear nothing. As you're looking through there, you hear the door slam. As you turn behind you.
The door slammed.
Yeah. I think that's the loudest I can make the door right now.
Okay.
That's one of my favorite jokes from Courage the Cowardly Dog. I heard the door slam. The door slammed.
You turn and you see the door sits slightly ajar, where it was slammed so hard that it went off of its hinges. Well, not off its hinges, but it went sort of... It bounced back, so it's slightly open. You can see the wind and snow beginning to whistle inside. Oh yeah, I forgot, this orc is also gone. I didn't even see him down there. He's there. He's like, oh, sorry guys, I walked into this encounter by accident. And as you look at the door, you kind of hear... quiet laughter.
Oh, perverts!
I tell Rula to shut up.
I'm sleeping. I didn't hear any of this.
I think I can't tell you to shut up when you're asleep.
You probably,
I'm not
you
sleeping.
probably,
Ladders.
you probably woke up at the door slam. We'll say that. You definitely woke up at the
Okay.
door slam. It was not a quiet, not a quiet slam.
Okay.
Get out of here, Suchuk ladder.
It's the Santa Claus.
The Santa Claus.
Nah, no thanks. He's got 2 eyes of Vecna. I don't want to deal with that.
Oh no.
God damn.
Nope.
Did Vecna have a third?
All right.
Santa Claus is an eye of Vecna.
Why?
Because why don't you know when you're gonna need to raise all of an entire undead army? How do you think he delivers all those presents? He raises undead people to make a giant postal service for one night, and then he kills them all again.
Fuck.
See, that's
It's
what
like
he does.
just walk-
He spends one night. He raises them all, and they sort of distribute the presents. Then he has to spend the entire rest of the year killing them. You know. And then it's Christmas again, so he has to raise them again, send them out, spends the whole year killing them. That's why Santa Claus is such a badass. He's got an, Santa Claus with his basically a shotgun and a freaking sack filled with shells.
It's like the end of fucking Shaun of the Dead.
Alright. You hear rummaging behind the bar. Quiet chattering. I got me a sausage! As you can see, every now and then a head pop up above the bar. The Yule lads. At the very least, you've
Have
got...
we had a rest by now? Are we full health?
Yeah, you're full health now.
Okay.
Just hit the long rest button.
Yeah.
They rummage through stuff as one goes through the bags, every now and then pulling out a sausage, taking out a bite, and sticking it, and it almost looks like a bandolier that has sausages in it across his chest. The other one, pots and pan armor. You can see he licks a pot clean and puts it on his head, pointing at it and cackling wildly.
That's
There's
weird,
something up with
dude.
these guys.
What did this bartender do to you guys?
I
when you
think
went stealing sausages?
there's something up with these guys. One is stealing sausages, one's licking pots. As you hear another one down here. Sounds like he's rustling through presents and shaking them. I don't imagine Present Shaker is one of the actual Yule lads, but it is now. As soon as you are discovered, they turn. Ah!
Stop that.
Ah! They've seen too much! Kill him! Kill him! Go ahead and roll initiative.
Kill him!
It's Cheats, Cope, Claude, Gullygawk,
Well,
Stubby, Spoon Licker, Pot Licker, Bowl Licker, Door Slammer, Sky Gobbler, Sausage Swiper, Widow Peeper, Doorway Sniffer, Meat Hook, Candle Stealer, Girja, and Lippa Luby.
Yeah, the Yule lads. Cox and Corner did a whole thing on them.
I don't need all of them to have them.
Which Icelandic Yule lad are you? I want to know.
I got a 16 in the initiative.
Ooh. I got a 17 on the initiative.
Hell yeah.
Well, Mallet got a 22, so...
I don't give a shit what Nick got. He's a duck. He's got a corkscrew penis.
True. And
Put
and
it
there's
in
no...
your mouth in a second,
There's
clear.
there's nobody around to have a corkscrew vagina, so he has to be alone for the rest of his fucking life.
I found a thing on Facebook just a second ago. It was a cursed image. They were raccoon dick earrings.
Why do you, Max? Why do you look these things up?
I didn't
Why
look
are
these
you
things
like
up.
this?
I found it on accident.
What?
I didn't look it up. I saw it. Hold on, let me see if I can find it.
Nope.
That's the picture of Muhammad Ali. Hold on. That's another picture. Oh, here they are.
If you'll also notice, I have added a new module where you can click on your token instead of having to go to your sheet. There is a drop-down menu at the top where you can just go over your inventory, spells, features, skills, saves, etc., etc.
When I do checks and
I wouldn't be surprised if that was a little bit
it doesn't let me do like perception check is what I thought.
Well, yeah, no, that's just the
Oh no, inner skills. Okay. Never
yeah, that would be under the skill checks.
It rolls it twice.
That's the better rolls. It's set to always roll twice. If you have advantage, you take the highest. Have disadvantage, you take the lowest. If you don't have either, you just take the first one. All right. These mischievous young Yule lads are sort of going around stealing sausages, licking pots, shaking presents, likely looking for pants, and knocking on windows and slamming doors. However, you aim to do something about this. Peregrine has been a very kind and gracious host. You'll be damned if you're gonna let these assholes get with them. So we begin combat with Mallet.
What a bunch of cocks.
Yeah, what a bunch of jerks.
Okay. Is it?
Iceland's a weird fucking place.
Yeah. What the hell? Where's my thing? Here we go, emboldening bond. So I'm doing that on me and Rick. And that's I guess doing that's an action. Yeah, one action. Okay. So, me and Rick add a D4 to attack rolls, ability checks, or saving throws, and then do I have a bonus action?
One woman stomps on another woman's head in fight over a PlayStation 5, and this is exactly why they never put them in the stores.
Exactly.
I do not have a bonus action, but I'm gonna move to here, and that's it for me.
All right. You reach your hands out, granting a sort of blessing to you, to your allies, and then rush forward, and it immediately goes to Rulau.
Yay! Wait, doesn't Xenon go before me though? I thought he got 17.
Oh, I thought you got
Yep.
the 17 and he got the 16.
Nope. Xenon got the 16 and 17.
Colin's trying to fuck me.
There you go, you got an 18 now.
Yay!
No. Alright, I'm gonna go up to this little shitter. And I'm gonna attack this guy.
Alright, before you do that, make a charisma saving throw.
I'm very charismatic. I'm not very charismatic. I got a 8.
Alright. Alright. Oh, it's a... Oh, wait. You should have advantage on this, because you are a Fae.
Okay.
Is it? You get to add a
I got an
D4 to it.
Alright then. I got a 9.
You bring your
Hey, Lamau!
weapon down, leveling your shield and your spear as you lunge forward towards him. You're surprised this hideous, stumpy little potato in ransacked pants looks up at you with the largest, saddest eyes ever, and you falter. As you are unable to attack him. He has you. That's kind of their defense, actually, because everything else is really shitty.
So I was looking at him in pity?
You basically look at him in pity and don't attack him.
Wow, he's autistic. I
Like,
can't hit an autistic
no.
person.
You look at him and you see this poor, it's almost like a poor little boy. He just wants to steal some fresh, like, pants and some new kicks, and he's like in this ratty
but they
old
have
crap.
beards.
Yeah, they do. They're like old men.
You can't help but feel bad for him. He's like a homeless old veteran that's yelling at you on the street. As you failed and double check. It's Nilbogism. Creature charmed this way. It says you must use your action to praise the Nilbog.
Oh, whatever. Rick, I don't think Hades is gonna be too happy about that.
All right.
I don't think that, Nilbogs were goblins possessed by trickster spirits, the result of a condition known as Nilbogism. A possessed goblin was a prankster and impish creature, capable of affecting the behavior that's surrounding it and sowing chaos among its allies and enemies. Like, it's not a god, it's just a...
Nilbogs are just
Nilbogs.
fancy goblins.
It's just goblins
Okay.
spelled backwards.
Yeah, they're weird goblins.
All right, it goes to Rulau.
I guess I praise the Nilbog.
Pat him on the head. You're gonna get those pants one day, buddy.
Okay, hold on. get to there? I can't see them over the counter, can I?
They have their heads popped up, but they have 3/4 cover.
What is that, disadvantage?
For that, yeah, just roll with disadvantage.
Hold on.
Well, actually, if you're gonna attack them, make a charisma saving throw.
Okay. I crit it.
All right, so they're depressing, drunken, homeless man charm fails as you're able to. It has no effect on you at all.
I feel nothing.
You feel nothing for them.
All right. I'm gonna hit him. I'm gonna hit him with the magic missile. That way I don't gotta fucking roll.
All right. The magic missile flies
And I
out.
want. How many do I get at? Where are we? Level 4. How many do I get? Each target.
It's first level spell is 3.
Cool. I want 1 to hit the guy in the back, and then I want 2 to hit the guy closer to me. And
All
it's
right.
1d4, so I'll roll that. Give me 1 second. Got 2. I want 1 of the 3s to hit the guy in the back, the 3 and the 2 to hit the other guy.
Is that one of the 3s to hit the guy in the back? All right.
Yes.
2 of the missiles arc from your hand, flying towards him, and almost immediately, as soon as one hits this one, he lifts what appears to be one of his sausages in the air, and he glows faintly as one of the hits is absorbed. And the same happens for this one, except he lifts up a pot almost like a shield, and also absorbs one of the blows. However, the third magic missile does strike this one, dealing 3 points of damage, and immediately, that is enough damage to knock one out. Not kill him, more like he bursts into smoke, and you can see it's almost like the smoke disappears out of a small window. All it took was 1 hit with 3 hit points, so he did. But it goes to the other Nilbog's turns. Alright. This Nilbog. He looks to you, Xenon.
Yep.
Actually, Xenon and Mallet. Make a wisdom saving throw.
Is it magical?
It is magic, so yes.
Okay. I think I passed, Colin.
Yeah, it's not too high.
I got a non-natural 20.
I got a 12.
Alright, let's let me make sure I actually... You manage to pass as he drops confusion spell on you. However, you are able to resist its effects. As you can see, he casts it by waving a pair of pants over his head, much like Petey Pablo did the helicopter above his head at the Carolina Games, chanting and laughing. However, the confusion does not take hold. This Yule lad is going to climb up on the counter. He's going to point at Mallet. He's going to cast Tasha's Hideous Laughter. DC 12 saving throw.
Charisma, right?
Wisdom.
Wisdom. And then I add a D4.
I was
passed.
good, right, Colin? It didn't affect me?
Yeah, it didn't affect anyone. As he
Okay.
does it, and then and the whole time, the Yule lads are actually kind of laughing. They almost seem to be having revelry in this. Alright. At this point, door slammer runs in. He looks actually.
Do I have time really quick to take her out? She looks like she needs to go. I don't want to clean
Yeah,
this.
yeah.
Alright, I'll be right back.
Oof. He is actually going to open door because he was right he was right outside it. He's the one who was slamming the door. He looks to be slightly bigger and stronger than the rest. Perhaps years of opening and closing doors has given him some strength, but he is going to use his ability, Ironbound Pursuit, to run at Rulau.
No!
And he lifts what appears to be a huge leather boot that, like I said, it has hobnails in it. I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
Damn, with a +5. Okay. That's a 10. That's not gonna pass, is it?
No.
That's fine.
That is 1. You take 12 points of bludgeoning damage as he just runs forward and kicks into you. His foot slamming into your, basically into your gut and sending you flying backwards as there's a loud twang as it hits your armor. And that's all he can do because Ironbound Pursuit is an... Oh, and you are knocked prone.
Oh no.
The Yule lads all laugh. They seem, even the loss of Sausage Stealer has largely left them unaffected. As you, like I said, you only saw him disappear into a bust of smoke and go out the door. But technically it would go to Mallet, but we're gonna say it's Xenon. Since he's not here.
What's he gonna do to me? Attack me?
No, it's just your turn.
Oh, alright. I'm gonna attempt to attack him?
Alright, make that charisma saving throw.
I think I passed it. I got a 19.
Yeah, you got that D4 to it too, so you super pass it.
Yeah, sorry about that. I was the D4, I was 19. Alright, I'm gonna attack the little fucker.
Alright.
I don't hit him, Colin. I mean, I got a 12.
Alright. You sort of swing at him, and much like you saw Sausage Stealer seem to block a blow from a magic missile with a sausage, he lifts up a pair of pants, and your spear just hits the pants, and there's a burst of magical energy. However, it looks like they can't do this very often.
I don't like him. Stop it! That's my turn, I guess.
Rulau.
Yay!
You got knocked prone. This one in front of you is a lot more of a beefier boy than the other one.
I'm
Other
back.
ones. You'll be after Rulau. I just kind of moved you down.
Okay.
Alrighty. I'm going to stand up, and I'm going to take the disengage. I'm gonna get right there next to Mal.
Alright. Make a tactical move back away from the old Yule, the Yule lad door slammer, who just sort of watches you as you go, sort of stomping his hobnailed boots as you run by, brandishing his muscular arms. It goes to Mallet.
Okay. I'm gonna cast Toll the Dead. Oh boy, I did 2 damage.
Which one? This one.
The one over here. I have to roll a save against the bright.
He failed.
He takes 2 damage.
Alright. That's okay. Whenever it lets up, he uses his reaction to absorb it as it strikes into him. And once again, this time, much like he did before on the last turn, he holds up a pan and there's a faint glow of energy. He almost catches the magic in the pot and slurps it away. After that, it goes to the Nilbogs. Alright. Xenon, make a dexterity saving throw.
I believe it's a non-natural 20.
Alright. You can see this one reaches up and tries to basically grab your horns and just toss you to the ground. Unfortunately, fails to do so. He actually looks a little bit confused as he's trying to do so. He reaches up to grab your pants and yank them down and just sort of stands there for a second. Where's your pants?
Right on the pecker.
I don't wear pants.
No pants!
No pants.
I also
Can't
don't
imagine!
understand.
The horror! This one
I mean,
jumps up. He says, "No pants! You don't wear any pants?"
no,
Staring
I
at
don't
you.
wear pants.
Oh! I guess that explains a lot of things. I bet your mother didn't wear pants too. You probably got the horns because she was always so horny.
Possibly, yeah. That might explain the Zeta race. None of us wear pants.
Not surprised at all. She seems like the type because you seem like the type. Go ahead
I am
and
like
give
the
me
type.
a wisdom saving throw.
He's gonna make you put some pants on.
22.
All
so
right.
that he can steal them.
The vicious mockery fails. And he leaps back down behind the counter after insulting you.
I'm just like, yes, I don't wear pants.
All right, and it goes to this guy up here. 15, 20, 25. All right. He runs up to you, Rulao, brandishing his fists angrily, is going to make one attack. Be a 22 versus armor class.
That hits.
Alright. And a 19.
That hits too.
Alright. Takes 16 points of bludgeoning damage.
Oh, I'm down.
He goes, "Ooh!" And then goes to
If I die to the Yule lads, I'm gonna be so pissed.
I'm gonna laugh at you.
to the top of the round. It seems like these guys have lots of ways to sort of negate damage, but once they take damage, that's it. It goes to Mallet.
Okay. So you said you were down, right, Max?
Yes.
Okay.
I was at 15 health, I took 16 damage.
Thought you took a long rest.
Yes, I have 27 health, Nick. I took 12
Oh, when'd you take 12? When I was gone?
when he ran it. Yes, when he ran into me.
And
Oh.
smacked him with his hobnail boot.
Let's see. I cast Cure Wounds at 2nd level on Max. Interesting, it's not letting me do it through the thing.
Alright. You bring Rulao up. He glows faintly, healing. As you pass the ancient healing magics of your dwarven god through him.
Interesting. I can't find the thing anymore. That
How
that
much?
option's no longer there.
How much do I heal for?
Let's see, 2d8 plus 3. So let me.
What was it? Healing word?
And
How do I bring myself? Oh, okay, never
so
mind.
you heal for 12.
Right.
Yay!
All right.
I just don't know if I could do it at second. Okay, yeah, I could do it at second level. So there, I'm gonna consume the spell slot.
All right. It goes to Xenon.
Wait, do I heal for 13 or 12?
I rolled the 12
Alright.
first, so you
Okay,
heal
Let's
for
we'll do
fucking
12.
stab this little shit.
that just makes it so it consumed the spell slot for me.
Ah, okay.
Because I didn't know it would actually let me do it.
A pass.
I'm attacking. I got a 24.
All right. He holds up a pair of pants trying to defend himself, but your spear pierces right through it into his shoulder. It strikes him and he immediately turns into a puff of smoke and disappears out the window.
I did max damage anyways.
He is gone as well. These guys basically bamf out the window. Run away!
I turn to them and I go, I hate these things.
Alright.
I'm still waking up a little bit, like, huh?
There's the largest of the boys above you, brandishing his fists. Rule out as you sort of slowly wake up.
Okay. I'm trying to think of what I want to do. I'm gonna take the opportunity attack. I'm gonna walk back here.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna firebolt his ass.
Oh, he hit you with the opportunity attack.
I mean, that's fine. As long as he doesn't fucking kill me again.
I mean, he might. Take 7 points
Yeah, I'm not dead.
of damage.
Alright, firebolt his ass. That's a 20 to hit.
That'll hit.
That's 4 fire damage.
Alright. It bursts into him, he staggers backwards. Oof. If there's anything else from Rulau, it goes to the enemy's turn. Yule lads.
Nothing else from me.
Right, this one jumps back on the table or the bar and points at you, Rulau, says, "You call that fire? You couldn't light a candle with that!" Make a wisdom saving throw.
Why they gotta make fun of me? I got a 7. That probably doesn't work.
Oh boy. You take 4 points of psychic damage and disadvantage on your next attack roll as it laughs at you, having viciously mocked you, and stays up there on the counter dancing wildly.
I'm at 1 HP.
Alright, this one's gonna run up to you, Rulau, and he holds out his hand, he goes, "Knock knock." Make a charisma saving throw.
Why? Why?
He hits on your armor, and almost immediately, it almost looks like a door opens in front of you as he reaches up and turns the handle, and you are popped into it as you disappear from the field.
He fucking banishmented me.
I'll just temporarily put you on hidden. Oh, he says, ooh. Rulau, you're sucked to the other side of the door and find yourself in a darkened cave. It stinks of unwashed flesh, rotting meat. You can see there's a large sack that has what appears to be the bones of small animals, and suspect possibly a couple human bones in there as well, next to a large fire where a massive giantess sort of hovers over it as she turns and looks at you and says,
Yes. Yes, you'll do nicely.
You find yourself having been at least temporarily banished for Grilla herself. She stands nearly 15 feet tall and massive. But that's all for their turns. Goes to Mallet.
Mallet. I told the dead him.
Which one? The guy up here?
That one.
Toll that dead. That's a wisdom save, right?
Yep.
17.
That's piss.
You're never gonna get your friend back. Once I open my doors, no one passes through again.
Okay.
Goes to Xenon. This asshole just took your friend.
I'm not too happy about it.
Is Rick there?
Yeah, sorry.
Okay.
Am I attacking it?
Oh, are you? He did
Is it,
he just sent your friend away.
do I have to, does he have the wisdom thing too, or no?
He does not.
Okay, attack him. I think I hit him with the 22.
All right. You reach forward, having seen that basically Rulal just pulled through a door and rushed forward, stabbing him into the heart area. Not straight through.
I asked him if they'll stop taking shit. I 12 damage.
12 damage. See how his concentration. Alright. Manages to maintain his concentration. However, a powerful blow that sends him staggering backwards.
We don't decide who takes and who doesn't. We always
You literally
take.
did. You just took it.
She decides it. We do her bidding. She says take
Give
and
my
we do.
friend back.
Your friend is Grilla's now.
I don't know. Give him back.
Rulal. Make a acrobatics or athletics check, whichever is higher.
Acrobatics. God damn it, I can't roll above a 10. Well, boys, I might actually just fucking die to the Yule lads. Rulal's peeling out, boys.
Killed by the Yule lads.
Merry Christmas.
Fuck.
Alright, I just had to check. Oof. Okay. You, despite the hill giantess's pretty bad roll, she does manage to grapple you and lift you up over her head, carrying you towards a very large cook pot that has what appears to be boiling water in it.
Oh, I don't want to be ate.
I just needed to clear that. Okay. But she's basically got you grappled and is lifting you towards a cook pot. Goes to the Nilbog's turn. Or the Yule lads. The one jumping up on the table lifts one of the large loaves of breads and he throws it at you, Mallet, laughing. Why don't you shove this up your ass? You might actually feel something! Go ahead and give me another one of those vicious mockery saves.
Why? I'm gonna put it in my butt.
Oh, well, you automatically pass, but you have to shove it up your bunghole.
Okay.
You absolutely pass.
I shove it up my bunghole and vicious mockery him. Get fucked.
I'm pretty sure I forgot to have the disadvantage on the attack roll, next attack roll. But that doesn't matter. It goes to the one remaining, the door smasher. As he's gonna turn, he's gonna make a punch attack against one against Xenon. It'll be a 12. Not very good. As he's gonna turn around and swing against Mallet. It's gonna be a 21.
That hits.
For 10 bludgeoning damage.
You ain't ever gonna get your friend back.
And it immediately goes to you, Mallet. I should have put in all 13 of these Yule lads in here so you could fight all 13 of them.
I thought that was gonna be the next phase.
I guess I told the dead him again.
Alright. Toll the Dead, a wisdom saving throw.
Aha! He failed!
Fails! 3 points of damage.
Yep.
Let's see, manages to hold his concentration, however, on rule out being gone. Or not, or yeah, rule out being banished still.
Wait, that's not right. I should have rolled more than a D8. He's taking damage, right?
Yes.
Yes.
What the fuck?
I mean, it probably just keys it off the first one because it doesn't know what you're targeting. Technically.
The last time I've done it, it asked. Hold the dead. Why is it not rolling with...
Just roll the right damage.
Just roll a d12.
Well, no, so when I did it on Alec Cool, though, it asked me if the target has taken damage before.
An additional 6 points of damage. However, its saving throw was still high enough that it would have passed that. However, he's starting to get beat up pretty badly.
I don't know, we'll fuck with that another time. Because like I said, on Alec Cool, when I hit to cast Toll the Dead, it had a little pop-up come up and asked me if my target has taken damage yet.
Hmm.
And then it gave me a drop down and I could hit yes. It's the same drop down for like what level spell you cast it at.
But, Rulao, it goes to your turn. You're in the hands of Brilla, what appears to be a hill giantess. As she's lifting you, carrying you to her cookbot.
Alrighty.
I'm going to cook you so good. Maybe I'll keep you as a pet.
Colin, if I thunderclap, can I kick her in the chest? Cause I imagine she's grappled me. Can I like kick her in the chest with my thunderclap, and then
Sure, you can
try and get out?
cast Thunderclap. Thunderclap them cheeks.
What's a con save? So she'd probably be really good at that. She's a giant.
You're not wrong. Not gonna lie.
Never mind. I'm gonna try acrobatics out. Let's see if Rulau can make it. Oh, thank God! All right, what did she get, Colin?
Just enough. You managed to just kick out of her.
What did she get total?
She got 16.
Oh, I got 22. That's not just enough. What? Okay, whatever.
Just
All right,
enough.
Cool. I want to scramble away, and does it end my turn to break a grapple? Right? It's my action.
Yes.
And then I'm gonna get him as. Well, I'm gonna get as far away from her as I can, I guess. I'm running. I'm like running around her feet, like in between her legs and shit.
Get back here, little doggy.
This room, like.
You managed. You can see it is a cave, and you can see it opens out into what appears to be a snowy landscape up in the mountains above.
Okay, that's fine. Is there anywhere to hide in here?
Yeah, there's piles of rocks and what appears to be cast off debris. A lot of it looks like you can see. It actually looks like there's a couple of like broken furniture pieces that you could hide behind. There's a couple things you could hide behind.
All right. All right, that'll be next turn then, because I can't hide as a bonus action with my class. So.
All right. If there's nothing else from.
That will be it.
It goes to the Yule lads. This one jumping up on the top of the table points at you, Xenon, and says,
"The best Christmas out of Yule will be seeing your writhing dead body!"
As he casts Vicious Mockery again. But Xenon is good at wisdom saving throws.
Sorry, I got to get a apple.
You got viciously mocked.
I know. I got a 13.
Alright, good enough.
Oh, wait, I have advantage. Got 13.
Good enough. As he continues pointing and making fun of you, has very little effect on you. You come from a race that is well skilled in insulting each other, so.
I've been to hell.
Meanwhile, this one is going to make another pair of attacks, one against Xenon, one against Mallet. The attack against Xenon is a 13. The attack against Mallet is a 15. As he continues swinging and punching around, trying to pummel you. However, not finding much purchase amongst the more heavily armored of you, as you are, unfortunately, he just basically finds shields and sheet metal. As it goes to Mallet.
I tried deading that one.
Okay.
They'll have to roll to hit him.
His save is bad. A wisdom save, right? Told him that's a wisdom save.
Yep, and it keeps rolling a fucking D8. Yep.
Alright.
He hasn't taken damage though, has he?
No.
Okay, well, he takes 4.
Alright, because these guys are technically one-shotters. Once you get past all their defenses. It flies into him and hits him as he tries to lift a pan up, to block it. However, it pops into him, and he dissolves into smoke, no longer laughing as he is dispatched as well. He turns and disappears out of a window.
Ah, damn you!
Leaving only the one lonely Yule lad left. If there's nothing else for Mallet, it goes to Xenon.
There's not.
Wait. If I move there, is he like flanked?
Technically, no.
Can I get on this plant or no? Is that technically a thing there?
Technically, there's something there.
That's no fun.
Go ahead and stand on the plant, though. You can climb over it. It's fine.
No, it's cool.
It's more like a Christmas wreath, really.
I got 14.
A 14 does manage to hit.
Alright. 9 damage.
Alright.
I don't give it back my friend.
Alright. He takes the damage and maintains his concentration. However, he's beat up very, very badly. Little left on him as it goes to Rulao.
Alrighty, I'm gonna hide.
Right, pretty
Not
good
a
stuff.
bad hide.
You scamper away as Grilla continues to walk around the cave, having stumbled from her feet, slipped from her grasp.
Where are you at, little doggy?
Dog.
She doesn't know that. You're furry and you run around on 4 legs sometimes.
And you like lick her balls.
Yeah, if she puts mayonnaise on her asshole, you'll lick it off.
Ew.
You've got a pretty good hide going on as she good enough that it looks like she'll be searching for at least a little while as it goes to the remaining Yule lad that's left. He looks at you and he says,
I got what I get. We got what we came here for. And it wasn't you. And it wasn't your friend.
alright, Rulao, as you're standing there, you can see Grilla getting closer and closer, and you can all of a sudden see there's almost looks like a small broken down sofa that you're hiding behind. Grilla lifts it up and looks down at you and says,
I found you.
and almost immediately you pop back as you reappear back in here as this one releases his concentration, and he's going to puff of smoke away. He is going to retreat as well,
saying, we got what we came here for.
and he disappears out the window.
Welcome back.
Boom, 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 boom. Like, what I miss? Alright. The frozen nest now sits empty. It's a little bit of damage. Some, crockery thrown about. Looks like there's a couple broken glasses. Missing sausages and things like that, but for the most part, everything is intact. The presents beneath the tree weren't opened, although looks like they've been rifled around with and things like that. Some of the wrapping paper is a little messed up, but it sends back to silence. You're able to take a sort of breather. You're able to take a short rest at the very least. Our Peregrine left out a couple of cups and said, if you get thirsty in the night, help yourself. And you're able to take him up on that offer if you sit down at the table, take a deep breath. The door opens after you've been sitting for a while, breathing, and kind of walks in, looking around, sees you sitting at the table. I hate to be a bother, but have you seen Kyle?
Who?
My son.
No.
No, but I have a strong guess as to where he is.
It's just we went to check on him. Making sure he had his eyes closed. He's
He's always had a little bit of a problem actually staying asleep on Yule night, even though we tell him to. He's always been a bit of a rebellious sort. But we went to check on him, he was gone.
Well, we were attacked by your Yule lads. So I imagine they were
Oh,
here and at your home looking for him.
no, that's impossible. He's not that bad.
Huh. Look at your shop. We didn't do it. And I don't know where else he would be, so
I can't. He sort of rushes about. I don't know what to do. Quick, I'll wake my man. Perhaps. I mean, I'm not much of a fighter, but perhaps I can rally some people. I don't even own a weapon. Do you have a spare weapon I can borrow?
I might. No, I don't. I thought I had a short sword.
Then I'll go and I'll fight her with my bare fists if I have to. I'm not
Yeah.
going to let her take my boy.
well, you're not
Crowbar.
gonna go alone. Do you know where her cave is?
I only know up in the mountains. But somebody around here might. All sorts of hunters. And you specifically remember the drunk woman you were talking to spoke specifically of hunters that had seen evidence of her. They didn't know for sure, but they got the hunters of the area. You get the feeling have a pretty good idea.
Start with any hunters you have, then, and we'll see about what to do from there.
I know.
I mean, didn't Rula go there? Can't he like tell us? Did he like recognize it?
I
think
mean,
he was just in the cave.
I was
so,
just in the cave, yeah.
What a lame ass.
Oh, I'm so sorry, Rick. I was trying not to be fucking eaten.
I know just the one. We'll go to Turk. He's hunted these mountains since I was a lad, really. As he sort of turns and heads out, he takes a stout log from the log stack and sort of swings it, seeing that it's going to be a decent cudgel, and walks out into the snow. You turn and follow, and he actually leaves the main area of the town itself, heading towards a small ramshackle shack that has a rough thatch roof.
Follow that man.
Poorly made walls. And he knocks on it, the door. Turk! Grilla has taken my son! If anyone knows where she is, it's you! And there's silence. And then slowly, the door opens and a face peers out. He looks to be an older man, probably well into his 60s, perhaps in his 70s. Hair completely gone except for a couple of faint wisps.
What do you want? You say something about the Yule lads and Grilla, you know? Is that what I heard?
Damn
Yes.
right it was.
Sure.
Oh.
Well, come on in! I love talking about the, Yule lads.
I mean, we need to go. She's got his son.
That's right, Turk. They took my boy.
Oh, that's troublesome indeed. I thought they were only onto a little bit of mischief. But I guess maybe the tales are true. I do know where... I have an idea of where she resides. It's far up in the mountains. It's not going to be an easy trek. At least a couple of hours of hard climb. Do you think you can handle it, however?
Of course I can. I can do it for Kyle.
Good. What about your friends? This one is very small, or he'll fall into a snowbank and get lost.
We have our ways of getting around.
Well, if you die out there, I'm not dragging your body back here. We'll get you in the spring.
I won't die out there, thanks.
I've heard that many a time, and yet plenty of times where I've been the only one to come back. Old Turk, he knows the land like the back of his hand.
I made a home in Terravold for many years. This is not a problem.
Suit yourselves. Well, give me a couple of minutes. I'll gather my things, my walking stick and my heavy coat. I'll be with you shortly.
Colin?
Yep.
Do I actually know the spells that I can know in that book that are of the level I can cast?
You have to sit and learn them.
Okay.
There's spells you can learn, but you don't immediately know them. But he says,
Gotcha.
I'm gonna grab my stout walking stick. You shouldn't go anywhere without a stout walking stick. We'll head out our way. Do you have any climbing gear? Ropes, pythons?
And we have ropes. I have rope and stuff.
That's a good start. That's a good start. I was just checking. It'll be useful to have. He says, just a moment. He closes the door. After maybe 5-10 minutes or so, the old hunter Turk pops his head out the door. He carries a heavy, sort of ashen staff that he leans on. He's bundled up in clothing. He says, you all better rush. I want y'all to make sure you keep up with me. I can't have you falling behind, you young whippersnappers. As he, with surprising speed, begins making his way through the snow. This sort of steady and strong walk of someone who's spent a lifetime sort of walking through the landscape. Despite his advanced age, he does not miss a step, and you actually find yourself, you know, having to, at least, Peregrine is having some problems keeping up with him. The life of working behind a bar has not particularly well suited him to traveling the landscape, but he does his best. Go ahead and make athletics checks for me. It's a group check, so...
I got 15.
Pretty good. Good enough.
Hey, Rulo got a 5.
They're bringing us down here.
I'm not in that.
Alright. And, Peregrine does pretty well as well. For the most part, the going is not blistering. You find yourself having to walk and trudge through snow drifts and climb over sort of rocky embankments and escarpments that are covered in ice and frost. But eventually, you find yourself, after an hour or two, high in and amongst the peaks of the mountains that separate Thalasia from Terravold. Keep an eye out. At this time of year, I've seen strange tracks in the snow. I always thought they might be the Yule lads, but I never thought to go chasing after them. That'd be insane! Who would want to run up against that willingly? Go ahead and give me either perception or survival checks. I'll allow either. With advantage. Turk is helping you.
I got a 16.
I got
25.
19 full.
I crit mine.
I almost crit mine.
You take your time, and Turk keeps pointing out, like he says, you! Check behind that rock. Sometimes these small little critters like to hug close to the rocks if they're trying to escape. You! Duckman, whatever your name is. You go?
Mallet.
Yes, Duckman. Please, check behind and between those rocks as he points to a small, almost looks like a cleft that descends downwards between what appears to be two large boulders. And whenever you check this, you do indeed find tiny little footsteps, several of them. From what you can tell, maybe a baker's dozen or so. And in and amongst them, you actually see a couple flecks of blood. As you sort of pointed out, he says, "That certainly isn't a cougar's paws, that's for damn sure. I think we're on the right track." Let's see, this path leads up. It's up to the old frozen creek. That's what White Creek was named after, actually. Come on, don't dawdle. We have a child to save after all. Shouldn't have been lost in the first place, Peregrine.
He wasn't really lost, more taken.
Well, he's no Liam Neeson, that's for sure.
Never
Who's
heard of
Liam
Liam
Neeson?
You're no Famke Jensen.
Who's Jensen?
Oh, haven't you ever seen X-Men or X2 or X3, The Last Stand?
Oh, is that some sort of play?
I suppose it could be adapted for a play.
A real Greek tragedy.
Alright.
Where can I see it?
Kevin Spacey's house.
Oh
Who's
no.
Kevin Spacey?
A man who will diddle your little butt.
I mean, what if I'm into that?
So he will definitely make it so you're not into that.
I mean, what if I like giving people my pussy?
Uh-oh.
It's not really giving so much as he's taking it.
Alright. You continue.
It's not loading the snowy mountains for me.
It probably is gonna have to take a second. It always takes a second to load something the first time.
Yeah, it is taking a minute for me. I'm at 90%.
Okay.
Yeah, it always takes a second, or usually a few seconds. I didn't hit the old preload in time, so...
You can give her your pussy.
Yes.
I can't see what I'm giving my pussy to.
I bet
Now
this
I
old
can.
man pussy.
Alright. Everyone loaded in?
Yes.
Alright.
Yep.
You find yourself tracking these tiny little tracks higher and higher up. Every now and then, poor old Peregrine stops and takes a breather just for a second, as Turk says, "What, you want your boy back, right? I'm an old man and I can walk these trails fine. Come on, son!" As he climbs back to his feet, pushes onwards. He's right. I'm used to working behind a bar, not climbing up a mountain. Eventually you come to the crossing. You come to the frozen creek itself. The creek, or at least the really almost more of a river that White Creek hails its name from. It's mostly frozen over, and in the sort of faint light of the night, you can barely make out a large, old, wooden bridge that leads across it. As you approach the bridge, roll a perception check.
15.
A 2.
Xenon,
Yes.
as you get closer and closer to the bridge, you can see it sways precariously and kind of unusually. And you can hear a faint "We're gonna get him when they cross the bridge, boys!"
Guys. Those little shits are making the bridge shake.
I'll just wait till they get across it. We're gonna spring all over 'em. We're gonna drag them down and push them off the edge. They're gonna freeze in the waters. And they'll smash on the ice.
They're gonna make us shake, and then we're gonna freeze in the water and smash on the ice. Any of you magic folk got a way to stop that?
I mean, no, I cannot stop from cutting the ropes on a bridge.
Young man, I have no skills in the magical ways, although I do know a thing or two about nature.
What's
Well.
that?
Well, this is a stout and sturdy bridge. It's not gonna take tons of weight, but it's not exactly easy to just cut through the ropes.
That's fair.
I suppose if they hop up and try to grab us or cut through them, we can at least have the chance to fight them off. If we can't scare them away, the Yule lads, well, at the end of the day, they can be pretty cowardly if they get actual resistance.
Hmm.
What do you guys want to do?
Well, I don't see another way across, so.
Peregrine says, I've got a couple bottles of brandy we can set them alight and maybe scare them off with fire. Not sure exactly where they are, though.
I mean, I assume they're under the bridge.
As you sort of peek around, you can see it does look like they're hanging from the bottom of the bridge.
Yeah, they're hanging from the bottom of the bridge.
Huh, I have an idea, actually. Colin,
Please, by all means.
I want to... So, I want to get to... there.
Yeah, just
Right now.
basically just imagine they're like underneath the bridge.
Cool. I want to get there, and I want to thunderclap on the bridge and try to shake them off.
All right. You go to the very edge of the bridge, making sure not to exactly.
I don't want to be on the. I want to be able to jump off of it if they do cut the ropes or something. But like, yeah, I want to be. I want to like stomp on it. I want to push my foot outward so the shockwave goes forward.
All
Here,
right.
back. Ziggy's whining, so I'm gonna go take her out real quick.
There's a terrible crack, a boom, as the bridge sways up and down. We'll make them make strength saving. How about that? Some strength checks, athletics checks. All right. There's several squeals of terror as a few of them tumble to the ground and land with a on the ice below. The rest, are scared off by the swaying bridge, saying, "Let's get out of here!" You can see several of them jump up on the bridge and make very rude gestures at you. One of them reaches into his bandolier of sausages and throws them at you as they land at your feet. Gives you a rude gesture, and they all disappear.
Who is bothering my boys?
As you hear a loud thump, 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 as from around a nearby rock, you can see Rilla, the very hill giantess you ran into, whose cave you were sucked into, walking towards the bridge, looking around with sort of confusion and anger.
How deep is this ravine?
The ravine, the ravine itself is probably about 30, 40 feet deep.
Okay.
Doggy!
And that feels like a likely roll initiative as you try to reason with her.
Come back, doggy. I
Wait,
want to
next
see
get
how
back.
you taste.
Let's go ahead. I can go ahead and start adding in.
She thinks you're a dog, Rulau.
Everybody thinks I'm
Are you a
something that I'm
dog?
not. No. I'm closer to a raccoon.
He's a precious little
Raccoon.
baby panda.
Cyberpunk is supposed to be a dark future timeline, but in that universe, corporations have publicly funded hospitals because they realize that people die, they can't buy things. Holy shit, that's lighter than our actual universe.
Yeah, I was about to say. It's the same reason why, like, robots will never take over supermarkets and stuff, is because if all the supermarkets are just robots, then no one has money to buy shit.
Alright. We'll wait till,
I'm back.
perfectly timed. The Yule lads have indeed run away. However, around the burn, Rilla has appeared, complaining that her lads were run off. Pretty angry about it. And I think at that point it was just a initiative roll unless you want to try to reason with her.
Rulau will give you his pussy if you give us the boy.
Roll a persuasion, Jay.
I'll take it.
Oof, that second roll was a 0. Alright, Rulau, go give her the pussy.
It's worth one
Show us the
child's...
boy first. Show me the boy first.
Show me the pussy first.
No, you show me the boy first. You already had me over dangling over your fucking stew pot. You show me that boy first.
If you want him, come and claim him.
No, you send him over here. I don't trust you.
Oh yes, true D&D.
Dark fire shall not avail, you flame of Udoon.
Alright, Rula.
Don't cite the dark magic to me, witch. I was there when it was written.
My balls
not.
in your mouth.
Oh my god, so edgy.
That's fucking Aslan, Rick.
That movie and book are both stupid.
No.
What was Xenon's initiative?
15.
Alright. With a excellent roll of an 18. Pretty damn fucking good for a slow-ass giant.
Arula was about to give up the pussy no matter what.
She strides forward and she takes, reaches to the ground and picks up a boulder. And she hoists it over her head. And you fear that she is going to toss this boulder easily at you, Rulao, but instead she lifts up and it arcs in the air and it slams down on the bridge itself. And you can see, basically, a huge hole opens on the bridge, significantly weakening it. And so she's going to actually use her first turn, basically putting a hole in the bridge. Okay. Alright. And then she going to just move up to the edge of the bridge and says,
Well, come get him then.
it goes to Xenon.
Wait, I'm gonna dash. There we go.
Alright. As you run across the bridge, it sways precariously. It's not falling down, but it has suffered some pretty significant damage from the rock thrown into it. You fear that too many people on this bridge will cause it to collapse.
That's not good.
After that, it goes to Rulao, if there's nothing else from Xenon.
Well, I got.
That's all I got too. Or no, that's not all I got. What?
That's all you got is stand there?
No, put that away.
Jesus.
Put that... How do I make that go away? That's not what I meant to do.
You have to click on the... You have to click on the weird
Fireball.
ruler thing and delete it.
Oh, that's...
Max is casting tactical nuke.
Huh. I thought that was the thing.
No,
Yeah,
the measurement.
You have to go to
one
the
is
measurement
angle.
controls. The angle one. The right angle.
How do I delete this ray thing now? Okay, I'm in there. I'm in there.
You just click on it and hit delete.
No delete button.
I mean, like backspace on your keyboard when you click on it.
Oh, okay, that makes more sense. That's what I'm looking for. Cool. 100 feet.
You can hit control and do that without having to choose anything, though.
Oh, cool. Oh, cool. I didn't even know that. Cool. I'm gonna firebolt the bitch. Then a 9 doesn't hit, does it?
9 does not manage to hit, unfortunately.
Damn. Alright, I'm gonna get off the bridge now, too. Now that she's fucking it up. I'm just take a step back. That's all I got.
Alright. Mallet.
The thing isn't deleted.
What thing?
I can't tell. It looks like my screen's more red.
No, it's deleted for me.
Okay. Maybe it's just.
It's just the lighting, I think.
It is nighttime, kinda.
Let's see. I can move the weighty. I cast. Let's see. I think. What's the range on Bliss? 30 feet. Cool. Where the fuck is the number of targets? Oh, up to 3 creatures. Well, I do it on me, Rulau, and Xenon. I cast Bless.
Get blessed, boys.
And I don't know if that other thing is still last an hour. No, it's not. So our emboldening bond is gone. Yep, and that be me.
Alright. Goes to ol' Peregrine Roost. As he runs up to the edge. Give me back my son, you bitch! As she just kind of laughs and says, "Come get him! Please, walk across the bridge." As she is hoisting another rock. He is not completely foolish. He's not just gonna rush across, looking at how precarious the bridge is. He's gonna wait at the edge along with you, but he does ready in action. You can see, like I said, he's carrying bottles of brandy that he has rags sticking out of. He basically made Molotov cocktails that he can throw whenever he gets in range to do it. But it goes to the Hill Giantess. Seeing that Xenon is the closest, she is going to hoist a rock and throw it at him. Oh, let me go down. Oh boy, that's bad.
Bad for me or bad for her?
It's bad for you, as she crit her rock throw.
Cool.
You take, 30 points of bludgeoning damage. As it flies through and just slams into you. As she sort of laughs and says, "Come on, then!" And she is also going to walk to the very edge. And
Keep on walking. I'd love to see you fall through.
She stops right at the edge of the broken bridge. That is all for her turn. She only gets one rock throw, however. Goes to you, Xenon.
Ow! Well, I'm gonna use my second wind. Alright, heal for 8. Cool. I guess I'm gonna... I don't have much of a choice. I'm gonna walk. No. Colin, can I push this?
I mean, that's just that's a hole
also-
in the bridge.
Oh, I thought it was a rocket.
No, technically that's where a hole fell in the bridge, where the rock crashed through it.
I guess I'm gonna continue to charge. Yeah, I'm gonna get up to her. Actually, no. I'm gonna throw the Biden at her.
Bring it on, little horny man.
I don't hit her. I got an 11.
Is that with the D4?
Is it still on me?
Bless, yeah.
I thought a bless was only a minute. Or did Nick reapply it?
I
He
cast bless.
he
The
cast
other
bless on his
thing-
turn, yeah.
Okay.
Emboldening bond was an hour, but it took us more than an hour to get here. So
15.
15. It flies through the air, bearing itself in her shoulder. Ah!
That'll be 8 damage. Wait. Yeah, 8 damage. Sorry.
Alright. She clutches at it, and it's sticking out of her shoulder, and grabs it and tosses it to the ground angrily.
Paltry! I'm going to throw you in my cookpot along with his son.
Yeah, I can throw things too.
It goes to Rulau.
I tell her sons came and throw shade.
I'm gonna cast Firebolt again. I'm gonna Firebolt the big. That's 23 to hit, Colin.
23 will hit.
That's 5 fire damage.
Alright. She draws away from the fire as she swats at her at the embers flying in the air as it strikes her dead in the chest, right beneath her double chin.
Ah! Damn the fire!
If there's nothing else, it goes to Mallet.
well, how bad does Xenon look? Pretty bad.
I'm at lots and a half health.
Okay.
He took a pretty strong burrow from 30 points of damage.
Spell slots on this aren't right. Should have. I'm just gonna tell it not to consume the spell slot because I should have one more second after this. Okay, heals Rick. 13.
Hail for 13.
See.
Cool.
And then I 5, 10, 15, 20. Get to there.
Alright. The bridge creaks precariously as you begin moving across it. More weight sort of stacking on it. It's like I said, it was a sturdy bridge. It has suffered some damage. But if that's it, goes to old what's his name? As he's seeing you sort of rushing forward, says, "Give me back my son!" As he also charges out on the bridge. He is going to throw one of his Molotov cocktails past her, so she gets kind of caught in the end of it. She has to make a dexterity saving throw. She is not good at those. Alright. I had the right thing open. It's good enough, though. Good enough. She still takes 6 points of damage, and she draws away from the fire, sort of staggering backwards. In fact, she's going to use her turn to just run out of the fire as far as she can. And you can see, as she is getting onto the bridge, it does not look like this bridge is going to hold if she pulls her whole weight on it. As she screams angrily. And then she turns back to you, Xenon. She turns to you, Mallet. She's going to charge forward and brandish her great club, make an attack against you, Xenon. It is going to be a 24 for 19 points of damage.
Bitch hates me.
Yeah, she does not, well, since you're closest to going across the bridge, it's somewhat understandable that, she might be doing that. Yeah. That's where the fire is burning. As, you hear Old Turk, as she attacks you, says, "Yeah! Pull her across!" That's it for her, though. Gonna go to you, Xenon.
Okay. I'm gonna go to there and I'm gonna pick up my spear.
Alright. That is the section that has the fire burning in it. Can you see the fire animations?
Yeah,
Okay.
and then I'm gonna dash. I guess to there. Well, I actually have 5 more because I was only 30 to move to it. So I guess I take an opportunity attack.
She is going to reach out and swipe at you with her large, fat fists. Technically going to be the same attack roll, so it is a... it's only going to be an 11 to hit you.
That misses.
Alright, you manage to skirt by. You can feel the wind from the attack as she says, "Get back here, you little shit!" Anything else from Xenon?
No.
Goes to Rulao. You can see the edge of this far end is starting to catch on fire.
Cool. I'm going to cast Firebolt at the other end of the bridge. Make that shit burn. What is it to hit? Do I have to roll to hit that, Colin?
If you're just aiming for the end of the bridge to make it burn more, no. It arcs past her. She actually draws away from the fires. It flies past her and impacts the edge of the bridge. You can see the flames begin licking up the ropes. And there is a brief moment where the bridge just plummets a little bit and catches itself. Everybody on the bridge make an acrobatics check. Oh, what the fuck?
I got a 12.
What the fuck, Peregrine? Critting his acrobatics check as the bridge tumbles down, he lands almost in a 3-point landing. A 12, that's good enough to pass. Just good enough to pass as it lurched down as you just manage to keep your feet and not fall over. Anything else from Rulao?
That's it.
Forgot. She also keeps her feet. Mallet.
I guess I'm going to hold on. She's fucking with something.
Walk with the animals, talk with the animals, poop and screw and piss like the animals. That's what I would do.
Okay. I look to Peregrine, tell him we need to get off the fucking bridge. And I dash back. Well, I don't dash, I run back to here. And then minor illusion. Oh shit. I think that's where it was. So let's see. Shit. So I move. I move forward 10 feet and cast minor illusion of more fire beneath her feet.
Alright, roll a Arcana check.
And then I use the rest of my movement.
A bad Arcana and a bad Insight check. She seems distracted by the illusory fire at her feet. Sort of, once again, she doesn't like take off running from it, but she at least seems confused by it.
And that's me.
He is going to run to the edge. And he's gonna whip out another bottle of brandy with the rag sticking out of it and prepare to light it. He basically readies an action to throw another cocktail, but seeing Xenon still on the bridge, he holds his action as it's gonna go to the hill giant. Seeing the bridge, the illusory fire, she takes more steps out onto the center of the bridge. Let's see if the bridge holds, folks. Whew. There was a cracking sound from the damage, or not a cracking sound, a snapping sound from the damage of the whole rock that was thrown through it. The fire that is now burning across one end. The bridge just gives. Sort of. It doesn't really give at the middle, it actually gives towards the burning as it swings down, with Xenon and now it's sort of right at the edge. He's able to like leap across, but more importantly, the hill giantess up on the bridge, and it just collapses down. I need, well, obviously, Rilla and Xenon make dexterity saving throws.
Eyeball Roger.
Alright, yeah, sure. I'll, make a, I'll let you be, I'll let that be an acrobatics check. You'll still take some damage from the fall, but it'll be less damage if you, as you, ride her down.
Shit, Rick fucking penguin pussy this bitch.
I didn't roll good.
She did not either, so.
11.
I mean, you rolled Better than the hill giant. Alright, you both tumble down, flying down towards the ground. There is a sickening crunch as the two of you land, taking... She takes 15 points of damage from the fall and crashes through the ice. You, with your acrobatics check, you probably take half that, 8, as you land on top of her, relatively cushioned. Still a bit of a shock, but she is now down in the ravine, and more importantly, you don't fall prone. You managed to stand up rather quickly, so she is eventually, you can almost imagine her, like, down here. You are down here as well, on top of her, as she sort of seems stunned. The bridge itself is gone. And that completely interrupts her turn. So it goes to Xenon.
Alright, I'm gonna attack her.
Alright, she is prone, so you have advantage.
I'm trying to roll, my cat's in the fucking way. The first attack is only 14.
That is enough.
Okay, I'm gonna action surge, so I can attack again. The second attack's a natural 14, so that's gonna hit too. I'm gonna two-hand the spear column while I'm doing this.
Alright. You toss your shield to the side and grasp the spear in two hands. Just remember you don't have a shield bonus anymore.
Uh, 22 damage.
Alright. Powerful blow after powerful blow rains down upon her as the glass steel spear buries itself over and over into her exposed chest as she's still stunned, howls in pain, and clutches at you. There's nothing else. It'll go to Rulau.
She doesn't have a reaction, right? Could she opportunity attack me while she's prone?
Could she? Technically, yes.
No, I'll stand there, I'll fight her.
Okay. It goes to Rulau.
She's at the bottom of the ravine.
Yes, laying prone.
Do I still have disadvantage from shooting ranged attacks at her from up here?
No, it balances out. You have disadvantage for her being prone, advantage for the height.
Okay. We gonna firebolt her again! And then that's a 20 to hit. Does that hit?
Yes.
That's 4 fire damage. And then you said how tall was this ravine?
About 40-ish feet. So it sort of ranges between 30 and 50 feet, but about 40.
Xenon, you got mad ups, right?
I mean,
Are your ups
yeah,
mad enough?
I don't know.
Because I told you have like some weird jumping thing because your goat legs.
I mean, yeah, but I can't. Do you think I can just like standing jump 40 feet?
No, what I'm saying is, because I have jump, and if I have a plan, if you trust me.
I mean, I can get out of here, yes.
Okay, well, listen, if you can get out of here, then that's fine. Otherwise, I had a plan.
I
to do
add
a bo-
8 to my jump when I can.
Well, I was gonna. Well, I guess that's kind of metagaming to tell you that. Never mind.
Just,
Yeah.
he'll figure it out. She's beat
figure
up
it
pretty badly from the fall, hurt pretty badly.
Worst case scenario, you fight her down there, and we roll, and we put a rope down.
Goes to Mallet.
Okay. I guess I told the debtor.
She gets dead told.
Actually, I cast Guiding Bolt.
That's a dexterity, right?
I don't remember. I think Guiding Bolt's actually
Or is that an attack roll? The other one that's
This I will use my second spell slot. Jesus Christ, are you for real? 5d6 and I rolled 3 once. And I also don't even hit with an 11.
Unfortunately 11. Despite your height, she's a big form, but she's lying prone in an awkward position. It impacts on the ice right above her head as she sort of shrinks away from it. Ugh.
Go away! Leave me and my boys alone!
Give us his boy back and we will.
It goes to Peregrine, who says, "Give me my boy back!" So Xenon, in his zeal, is just going to toss a Molotov down right on top of both of you. But it's an easy dexterity check.
I think he disguised it out for me. I got a 11.
That's good enough to pass.
Wait. Is it a check or a saving throw?
It's technically a saving throw.
Oh, well, I got higher than that then. But if that passes, it passes.
Passes. She managed to pass it as well. So you both only take 6 points of damage.
I'm down then. I had exactly 6 points of health left.
Gonna go ahead and actually. This is now burning. Okay. Okay. As the fire burns, however, she is hurt pretty badly from it as well. As she sort of staggers away. She's actually going to just run past Xenon. And
I'm trying to get this dude's kid back, and he has fucking hit me with a Molotov cocktail and knocked me unconscious.
No, oh wait, was that him? I thought that was the
was
hunter
him.
guy.
Nope, it was unfortunately he just threw a Molotov down on top of both of them.
What a fucking prick.
Alright. She's going to, she's hurt badly, but she takes a rock from down at the base and throws it up towards y'all. She has disadvantage on this throw. She is going to throw it at...
I hope she hits the bartender.
She's going to throw it at you, Mallet. With disadvantage.
Okay.
It's going to be a critical miss. As it just flies up in the air, it hits the bartender. He staggers backwards. Ah! And she's gonna use what's left of her movement to actually start climbing up the edge of the mountain.
Joe Exotic asked Kim Kardashian to help him get presidential pardon.
Oh jeez, Joe Exotic, please no.
Please do it.
It goes to Xenon, who's unconscious on the ground.
She's
And
probably
I'm
like,
on
I love
fire.
Tiger King.
And on fire. Luckily,
Like-
I never made the fire do recurring damage, so it's just kind of there, burning in the area.
Wasn't that good? I fail.
Alright, one death fail for Xenon as the, much like King Kong climbing the Empire State Building, Gorilla continues to climb up the edge at you. Rulao. Xenon is down.
Alright.
However, the ever-present threat of Gorilla climbing up is there as well.
I want to move one square that way, and I'm going to thunderclap on top of the mountain, the hill, make her trying to shake her down.
Thunderclap them cheeks.
Make him fall onto me and kill me.
No, she's right there. You're way over there. You're good.
You'll be fine. She falls and lands right on top of you. Why? Because fuck you. That's why. Alright. Constitution saving throw. Did it though? $19.
Yeah. Did they take half damage?
For Thunderclap? No, that's a cantrip.
Nope. Yeah.
You have any
Okay.
leveled spells left?
I do. Just, I'm an artificer, so a lot of them are like utility.
Alright. Mallet. He's climbing up. He's coming for you. At the same time, Xenon's down. And old, Peregrine's lighting another one, ready to throw it. I'll finish the job!
Cast Healing Word on Xenon as a bonus action. Healing for 5. And Dan, I will cast Guiding Bolt, I guess, again on her. Well, no, I don't. Yeah, cast Guiding Bolt. Fuck it. I'm just gonna miss anyway.
15 hits. Alright.
No one's rolled that time, and I still only roll 11 damage.
Alright. See, scrabbling up the, side of the mountain, both of her hands reach the top as she lifts herself up over the edge, letting out a terrible bellow. A flash of light streaks from you, striking her dead square in the face as her head whips back in a blow that would surely snap a weaker creature's neck completely. As it does so, you can see she lurches backwards, her feet, her arms, her hands digging into the snow as best they can, digging into the stone, her nails leaving great gouges, as she just slips backwards, and there's a terrible quiet before there's a slam as she slams into the ice, breaking through it, opening up a huge area, and you can see
Guys, stop!
her arm kind of reaches up out the water, and then it just sort of slowly sinks back down, and you can see it, much like the Yule boys, she turns to a faint ash and disappears. That is enough to finish her off.
Well,
Down there, as she is dead. Well, defeated. You can vaguely hear on the wind, "You can never be rid of Grilla forever." Then it echoes away. You're left in sort of stunned silence, hearing only the whirling of the wind around you as you look down. Xenon, you sort of scrabble to your feet. The bridge itself is down, and Peregrine says, But where's my son?"
probably in the cave on the other side of the bridge that's now burnt down.
He looks at the now broken down bridge. Shh. Do we have any rope? Of course we've got rope, boy!
I'll be
As,
right back. She
uh,
peed in the room.
Turk reappears. Not much of a fighter, being a man into his 60s and 70s. He had taken cover during the fight, and now that Grilla has fallen, he walks forward.
Says, what do you think I am? Some sort of fool that hasn't been walking these trails for years? Of course I brought rope and climbing gear. Here, help me set it up.
He hands you, like, rope, long lengths of rope, rulao, and pythons, and says, hammer this into the rock. I'm too old for this nonsense.
I do exactly that.
Alright. You can hammer in the sort of pins and loop the rope. Give me a sleight of hand check to tie the knot. What's your sleight of hand?
Oh, mine? Oh, sorry. I'm stupid. 19.
You're pretty certain the knot you tie is quite secure. And from that, you tug it a couple of times. You're able to descend down about 40 feet or so to the bottom. As you find Xenon just kind of hanging out. What took you so long?
Me? I mean, I'm just trying to catch my breath.
They all managed to climb their way down. Even Turk, who despite his age is pretty spry on the rope. Hands you a grappling hook. Another rope, says, alright, launch that bad boy up there.
It gets better. Tiger King Joe Exotic sues the Department of Justice for denying him a presidential pardon.
That guy is,
Hell yeah.
that guy is crazy. Or unless you want to try to find another way to secure the rope up top. Or you can try to find a path up. A couple different ways.
I Billy Goat out of there.
Alright. You use your, particularly, useful satyr legs, in this case, to basically leap from ledge to ledge, using your satyr's jump ability, and soon find yourself on the other side.
And I left on a rope.
Yeah, I would say, I wouldn't be surprised if you just grabbed a rope and tossed it down to him. Give me a sleight of hand to, or actually, are you holding it or tying it off on something?
I was just gonna hold it.
Alright, give me an athletics check.
I got a 15.
Alright, you manage to brace yourself. You find there is a nearby sort of trunk that you're able to go back behind and really brace yourself with it. And soon all of your companions are up, including old Turk. Alright. I imagine something that size, walking through the snow, bound to have left some tracks. Spread out, let's find them. As he, there's quite a few of the giant's tracks, but eventually you do manage to, track down a particular path that leads farther into the mountains. And you follow it. Feels like a while, but it's probably only a mile or so, but the steepness, the ascent, the cold of the air makes it seem almost torturous. But soon within the great expanse of snowy white, you see an inky black opening, a cave. A faint light emanates from it. What appears to be a cook fire with a large iron pot over it. As you make your way into the cave, you see, Rulao, it is the very cave that you were transported to. And there, tied up in the sack of animal bones and other paraphernalia, you hear as Peregrine runs forward. Kyle! Rips open the bag, finding his son bound and gagged inside. Oh, Kyle! He undoes the gag and undoes the bindings on his hand, and the young boy throws his arms around his father and says, Let's get out of here, Dad. I promise I'll be good I promise I'll be good every year. Yeah, and then the dad goes over to the Yule lads and slips them $20. Good job. You do manage to track down the boy. He's safe, mostly unharmed, a couple of bruises. The cave itself is not home to some great vast hoard of treasure. It's certainly not a dragon's lair. But you can search it if you want to.
No reason not to, I
I
guess.
searched it.
I'll roll a perception check.
I got 9, Colin.
What is it to search an investigation?
Give me a perception check.
Perception. 11.
Like I said, it's a lot of damaged furniture. You come across a small wooden chest, and as you open it, it looks like old kettles. Most of them copper, bearing rather disgusting looking patina, some of them with mold still in it. But at the bottom, you do find what appears to be a lovely little kind of bluish gem. Looks like it's probably at least fairly valuable. You could certainly catch a couple of gold pieces for it, or it could be crafted into a nice piece of jewelry. What do you suspect it's got to be worth? At least 100 gold pieces.
Nice.
Just casually pocket it, but unfortunately, any more searches than that do not prove to be fruitful. It's a cluttered and messy place. The old man takes off his coat and wraps it around the boy and says, "Let's get the hell out of here. Rilla might be pretty bad, and it's nice we dealt with her, but there's still all sorts of mountain lions and snow leopards to deal with. I wouldn't want to be caught out here for too long." You make your way back.
I'm back.
Hey, you, after searching the, saving the boy and searching the cave, finding, little value, save that gem. That's probably worth like I said, 100 gold pieces pretty easily. At Turk's urging, you head out of the cave, back down the mountain, wanting to be off, just in case, because like I said, there's other predators up here. You pull eventually, as the sun rises on the day Yule, you enter back inside Frozen Nest. It is warm, pleasant. The bartender and owner Peregrine pours you a large mug of ale, obviously saying, "You don't pay for anything while you're here."
Thank you.
You see, beneath the tree, several presents. Why don't you, we always keep a couple extra around just in case anybody around that doesn't have someone to receive something. Well, why don't you take one as a thank you?
Oh, that's very nice of you. Thank you.
Alright, you should be able to open the presents or click them.
Does it matter?
I mean, they each have something different in it, but pick one.
Please ensure you have at least one token control.
Oh shit, I bet I didn't have the,
That's close enough to loot the. Oh, I have to move close enough to it. Maybe. Oh, yeah, that's what it is.
no.
I got a clean pack.
A clean pack.
I got an ever-change pigment.
I got a clockwork toy set.
Alright.
I awkwardly look at rule out. Like you wanna trade? Bro?
Tradesies?
I'll swap with you.
Fuck is a clean pack?
Ah, the clean pack. It's a backpack that every dawn, everything you put in it gets sorted neatly.
That's neat.
That is actually that is pretty useful.
At least I got a backpack.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, nobody got anything world breaking or anything like that.
What does the ink do?
Whenever you paint with it, it changes to suit your mood. It changes its color, its texture, and its viscosity.
So it's a mood ring paint?
Basically.
Could I use it for writing spells?
Probably. There's no reason why it couldn't be a ink. No reason at all.
Well, I don't know if it actually got in my inventory. Let's.
You've got the Clockwork Toy set,
Okay.
so yeah. But yeah, the Clockwork Toy set, they all have descriptions. The small tinkering set contains the gears and mechanisms to make a small clockwork animal that follows simple.
Oh yeah, that's way more up.
Yeah, because you don't have Tinkerer's tools. I do.
I don't know how to trade these though, so.
Yeah, I'll drag it into your.
Okay.
Open some inventory. Ooh, wow. Set. Like that. Oh well, I'll just Oh, I accidentally added 3 of them to you, Rulau. Hold on. Okay.
Hell yeah, a fucking army.
There we go. Alright, so, in the spirit of Christmas, you give each other the gift of an exchange to something more suitable to your needs. The sun rises on Yule Day. Kyle has gone to bed after his long harrowing night, but still, Peregrine serves you happily. Even old Turk comes in not long afterwards, nodding his head, as once again, Peregrine charges him nothing as well, pours a large tankard of smoking bishop for him. Soon, the town itself files in. The tavern is filled with the sound of joy and laughter as children play with their toys, and generally there is merriment as young lovers kiss beneath the mistletoe. And though you are far, far from your homes, for just at least one day you find yourself as family. And I think we'll end it right there.